Hello and welcome to another episode of JCServant Plays Child of Light. I think this is part 4 of this particular long Let's Play, long form Let's Play anyways, where we try to play through the entire game from beginning to end on stream. Occasionally I would do some grinding if it's one of those grind heavy RPGs off camera, but the idea is that you get to capture this whole thing and we move it all over to YouTube and you can watch it in a complete and rather long playthrough if you so desire. Let me double check the volume first. Let's make sure everything's working there. Yep, I can hear myself on my phone, so that's always a good sign. And welcome VWagger76. Yeah, no, it is time for some more Child of Light. We have. I decided to start this early today because I feel like I'm falling behind on my Child of Light schedule. It's supposed to be able to be beaten, according to some websites, in around 12-ish hours, and I think according to the clock, I'm 8 or 9 hours in, and I feel like I might just be getting the halfway point. So I want to try to keep up, and so I was like, you know what, I got home a little bit early from the errands. Let's go ahead and spend a little bit of time on Child of Light and get that taken care of today. It's such a beautiful game. I mean, even right now, it's on my screen playing around, and it's very pretty. And for some odd reason, there we go, the video capture there will kick in. Takes a little hot minute. It's kind of doing the introduction thing while I'm blapping my mouth, but it's just really pretty. And the music in my headset, it's very relaxing. It's gonna try to put me to sleep, but I'm not. I refuse to fall asleep because I have a cup full of hot beverage to. It's kind of cold down here in the basement, so it's gonna keep me warm. It's gonna keep me awake. And it's gonna keep me from falling asleep and dying in a frozen disaster. My co-host, Tiger, aka Boo, is right here on my side. And don't worry, he will get some camera time later in today. We'll make sure that he gets some camera time in today. We also have a couple of things to talk about. I got lots of things on the list to talk about, and I've got little graphics this time. I'm moving up into 21st century, so I'm gonna try to multitask even more and throw certain graphics up as I'm chatting about these different things. So, yippee-ki-yay, woo! Yeah, fun times. But we're just gonna jump into it first and foremost with our Child of Light Let's Play. Oh, drat! In preparing for everything, try to come prepared. I already had the game booted up. Try not to waste y'all's time. But you know what I forgot to do was to sync the controller. Oh, what? It actually worked right off the bat. Remember last time? Took me a good 5 solid minutes to kind of get that controller going. Look at that, 10 hours. Now, granted, some of that time I'm talking, I'm reading stuff out loud. So that's going to make my playtime longer than your average cat. But according to that, I should be almost done. And I think I might have just hit the halfway point on a 12-hour game. So here we go. Back into Child of Light, where, I mean, if you remember last time, we beat one of the most difficult spider bosses I've ever had the displeasure of facing. It was quite brutal, quite ugly. And as always, if you're first time joining, the rules that I follow during RPGs is if there is voice acting, I immediately stop talking and let the voice acting do its thing. If there is text talking, then I will read it for you so you don't have to. I've never seen a thing like it. Big ears, clothes looking like flowers, and perfumes that stink. Ladies, come near me. I go a sneezing. What is that foul drink? It's tea from Mathilda's forest. Have yourself a sip. Mint. Roar, can we stay for the rest of the trip? Okay. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye. And she's saying goodbye because I just killed off their spider problem, the center of all their spider woes. And Wow, look at that. So in this particular area, I've taken care of all 8 out of 8 Stardust, 59 out of 79 coffers. Not generally a completionist, but it is pretty interesting that I've managed to take care of most of that. So I'm trying to remember if there was something we got for doing all of that other than a good job. I, I'm a little lost. Let's take a look here. We have our flute. We have dodge Stardust, which will help you dodge better. Yeah, he's a horrible dodger. We all know this. There you go, buddy. Now you dodge a little bit less stinky. Request complete. The Wealthy Balmos's basement has been cleared. Eliminate all dark creatures wild. So these quests are complete. I guess it puts quest into your inventory here. Help Rivera join her brother to the circus in the plains' Jester Usher. And Pastoral Panic near the blossoming tree. Eliminate all dark creatures. And in the Mythologous Forest, Garden of Avo the Mild. Fey trade. In the plains and forest, complete the trader's challenge bold by trading his apple. Return to him a piece of gold. Yeah, I feel like that's probably one of those side quests I'm not really going to get done. No big desire to rush that and get that done. No. Let's just walk out here and see if this is one of those RPGs or maybe you just got to start walking out of the town and then somebody speaks up and says, hey, listen, you should kind of go over here and do XYZ. Or maybe we should go back and talk to the big, huge talking rock thing. What's that guy? What you doing, buddy? He's cute. Just hiding there. Mining his own beeswax. Alright, to the cliffs of Erin. How fares your disposition? My dear, I feel young again. My heart, it's simply divine. Free by Rambert, no chest pain. I'll raise you high in the sky. Then I prepare to zoom. Those little darlings on my shoulder have a trade route to resume. He's got cool. This is a big, huge mountain creature. He's got the town on his shoulders. How cool is that? And I guess I'm trying to get up there, and he's just gonna. Whoa! He's just gonna lift me up there. I'm pretty sure the G forces from that alone would have killed most people. Thank you, Magna, for that unusual ride. For bringing us up to the skies. Rabbit, much luck on the routes of trade. Aurora, I must join your enterprise. If I secure new markets yet unfound, Margaret is sure to come around. Welcome to the cavalry. Humph, I do not anticipate anything but bankruptcy. The Duke and the Duchess. Alright, so we have a new land. Oh, wait. That looks like one of those... Oops. I guess there's an updraft right there, but that looks like one of those caves you can enter. By Joe, it is. It is one of those caves you can enter. With a rough citrine. Oh, bad guy, bad guy, bad guy. Gotta get the bad guys. Gotta get them from behind. Gotta get the bad guys. And remember, boys and girls, whenever you're fighting bad guys, let's slow them down first. Because why the hell not? Because slower enemies don't get a lot accomplished. And you can interrupt them for kicks and giggles. Ouch! He's got a real nasty counter attack. I have her defend because these two are about to attack. And of course they're going to attack Aurora in the front because why the hell not? Yeah, yeah, just gonna keep hammering on the same lady. Well, that's why you have a jester who can heal. Heal away, heal away. I'll say, like, interrupting these guys isn't all it's cracked up to be. Because they don't go back that far on the timeline. Let's take Finn here. And let's see if attacking this guy with some water will make him a little bit more amenable. I'm sure that's completely a word. Well, I did 126, and he didn't get to counterattack, so that's always nice. Ooh, see, interrupting him just cost my Jester 88 hit points with that very unfair counterattack. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Aurora has a magic attack. We're trying to really get rid of this guy. Elevate damage. That's new. Ah, he's still gonna get his stupid arrow off first. Incoming! Ugh, he's still alive. Well, he won't be for long. We're gonna set things on fire. Hello, Urfrog. Top of the afternoon to ya. How goes things? Playing anything new? Playing anything exciting? Anything you want to share? You want me to share? Let me know. I like to talk about what you're doing. I like to talk about how I'm gonna electrify this flying ice creature. Oh, vulnerable to lightning. That's a shame. That just looks painful. Level up. You know, you don't. The fights are a bit on the tough side, but look at that experience. Like everyone leveled up, and that's just a normal mob fight. I get the feeling you're just not really fighting a whole bunch here. I have been playing Knights of the Old Republic 2 the past week, and it has been amazing. Really? Now, I love Knights of the Old Republic 1, but I don't believe I played Knights of the Old Republic 2 because all I ever hear from people is that they rushed it out last minute. I can't remember. There was a story there about the studio or something, and so you're not going to get as good of an experience. I mean, because the big draw of Knights of the Old Republic, of course, is the story. And the characters, of course, are funny as hell. Freaking robot. Meatbag. Meatbag. Can I kill the Meatbag Master? It's the best. We're going to swap out with Nora and debuff these guys to begin with, because we're outnumbered 3-2. So we need to level the playing field a bit by lulling them. Lullabying them. And we're going to, let's see here. I'm just trying to think who's going to mostly be doing the attacking here. I think it's going to be her. She might be able to get a quick attack off on somebody here. Slow down. Feel the burn, baby. Jeez, everything in this game bloody hits hard. I'm going to defend because we got two enemies who are about to get their turn. Yeah, it's a great game. Let's see here. We're going to defend on her as well. And defend again. While I read your comments, true, but they released the Restored Content mod, which is part of the Steam version, which makes it more complete. Still a bit janky in spots, but so is KOTOR 1. Well, see, okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that, because let me just double check where I'm at on this. But I'm going to share my desktop with you guys. We'll share the desktop, and I have a button for desktop. There we go, right there. And you can see my whole desktop there. And I have got over here, let me just double check. So I believe I have it on GOG. This is an important point for me, and I'll tell you why. If you know me, you know I'm not a huge fan of modding my games. I do it once in a while, but I'm not a huge fan. With Coder 2, I did, I've been putting that off because I don't want to go through the modding. I don't want to see how complicated it is. I'll screw up my computer. I'll take 2 hours and then I won't get anywhere. But if they make the mod part of the game, like they did with like the Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, all it was the game with the widescreen mod put in and a few other enhancements. Don't get me wrong, there's some other enhancements, but the biggest thing for me was the widescreen and the high res support. There are mods out there for that, but I don't want a mod. I don't want, especially use unofficial mods. Put it in as part of a sold package. I'll pay an extra $5-10 for it to work on my new computer and know it's going to work and not have to worry about all the headaches that come with modding. So I've got Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the Sith Lords here on GOG. Is that special content in the GOG version as well, or is that only part of the Steam version here, right? If I go and look up Knights of the Old Republic on Steam. Knights of the Old Republic, the Sith Lords. I wonder if it like had a different name or anything that would denote that they added in that extra thing. Just yeah, if you could look into it and let me know. I will definitely, play this. And if you guys want, I'll do a playthrough of 1 and 2. I loved 1. I really did love 1. And if they fix 2 to actually be somewhat complete and stuff, I would do this in a heartbeat. No, absolutely no doubt about it. Yeah. All right. Let me go back to Child Light while some of y'all are looking that up. Get back to our crazy game. Yeah. Let's see here. What was I doing? Oh, yes. We were going to speed some people up. Oh, action. Quicken. And not quicken loans. We're going to quicken her. And we're going to slow down one of these guys. There we go. And I'm going to have her do a slash all. Give that a second. And it's going to zoom in. Shabam. Oh, crap-oli. I did not think about that guy in the back doing an extra counter attack. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Let me try to get my Jester in here. And let me see if I can have him do a quick heal. Action, heal on her. While I slow down the guy in the back. Let's see here. Tam, welcome, Tam. What are we looking up? So, Tam, we were talking about, Herfrog was telling me that he was playing Knights of the Old Republic 2. And I said, really? Because, I heard that Knights of the Old Republic 2, I've been putting it off. I only played Knights of the Old Republic 1. I loved it. But I didn't go on to the second one because all I kept hearing was, oh yeah, it was rushed, it wasn't completed, the story's only halfway done. I knew there was a community mod that kind of addressed that somewhat imperfectly, but I don't like mods, unofficial mods. They're always a headache, and I've got 1,800 games to play without trying to fix a broken game. But he's telling me that basically the Steam version has that, or something similar to it, mod already kind of put in, so it's a more complete experience. I'm going to swap out with Finn here and get some magic in here before I read your comments. And we're going to start a little fire. So we don't want to hit this guy physically. We know what happens if you hit him physically. That's what we were talking about. So no Fallout or Skyrim for you too. Yeah, well, I don't generally, I play, like when I play those games, like Oblivion and stuff like that, I play them unmodded. I just, whatever the way it's intended, for the most part, I'll play it. Now, the one thing I will say is that those games have built-in Steam Workshop mod support. You click on a button, it generally works. I'm not saying I'm ethically opposed, I'm lazy. I'm too lazy to do unofficial mods. I will do them once in a while, like I did with the fancy hair mod in Dragon Age Origins. That was a bit of work. It took me, if you were watching that stream, it took me an hour just to get long hair put into the game. I always have problems when I'm doing unofficial mods, and sometimes I have to break my save games. And that's part of being a PC owner and being a mod person, but I just got better things I'd rather do with my time. Generally speaking, that's why I just don't like them. But if it's put in by a developer or it's already patched in, real easy peasy, and, being that it's more official when it's being done by, a developer or something, it's generally speaking going to be less of a headache to install and it's going to have less problems. So, yeah. I remember one time I installed a mod so that I wouldn't have to use my CD-ROM on Star Trek Elite Force. It might have been Elite Force 2. And sure enough, it just totally fried my game, my save game, and caused all kinds of headaches that wasted all kinds of time. But yeah, you won't see any random Macho Man Savage, I don't think, a Skyrim mod for me. I'm not a big fan of modding, period, but if it's going to enhance the game, sure. You know, I've downloaded a couple of mods on some of these games. I like the ones that are Steam Workshop because they usually just click on them, click them in, and boom, they're done. And there's very little headache. You don't have to go and mod INI files or any of that jazz. We need to swap her out with her sister. And that's why I love having you guys on, because it gets us talking about these conversations. And once those guys go, then she's going to slow them all down. I'm going to swap him out with somebody with more defense. And we're going to have her smack around a bug. Ah, he's so quick! Ah! Dang it, I didn't get to interrupt his turn. Well, if it runs at 360p, plays clean at least, says VWegger, and can still make things out. Alright, so her frog, I'm going to read what he says here after I put in some actions and figure out what I'm going to do. I slow those guys down. I'm going to go ahead and have her speed up. Oh, she can't speed buddy up. She's out of magic points. That's fine. We'll bring in our wizard, Finn. We'll have him cast a watery monsoon spell. And once Aurora gets up here, we'll have her attack all, slash all. Read your comment. Steam version has 37 achievements to be achieved. Steam cloud saves, native widescreen support, resolution up to 4K, 5K, which, yeah, those 3D games, it's usually not too hard, to arrange that. If the game doesn't let, if the game has restrictions, doesn't let you do it. Or they just modded so the game doesn't have restrictions that let you do it. Let's see here. Support for controllers, including the Xbox. Well, oh, that's nice. That's nice that they patched that in. Along with several others. Steam Workshop support. We proudly worked with Restored Content Mod Team to have their famous mod on launch day. GOG version is on an older version. Okay, so that explains it. Okay, so let me just go ahead then. I don't normally do a whole bunch of double dipping, but we're going to go ahead and you guys can't see this, but I'm just going to go ahead and add that to my wish list for now, and I'll grab it on sale, or I'll pay the full $10 if I want to stream it beforehand. It's only going to be something I get to before a sale if you guys are like, oh man, no, we really want to see this. Oh my gosh. Let's take a look at slashing somebody. But yeah, thank you for letting me know that. I'll definitely double dip then on that. Because, of course, I have the GOG version. I could probably just go and grab their mod, off their website and patch it into the GOG version. But unless someone's got a lot of experience with it and says, Phil, it's just an exe file. You just run it, I've run it, it's no problem. Unless somebody says that to me that I know that they've done it, then yeah. Because most of these mods, these unofficial mods, are more along the lines of jump into the IN file. Now rename this folder. Don't forget to make a copy of the original files. Now move that over. Touch your nose. Stare at the stars. Yeah, no. And then I always miss a step and I just blow it up. Like I said, just watch my video. Watch my video where I had Gaz helping me to do the long hair mod, and just watch that fiasco at work. It's me. I'm terrible with mods. I have better luck repairing a car. I drowned them all. Yeah, we're drowning them all in different water spells here. Some good XP. Good XP. All right. Yeah, we're just anytime I see a monster, I'm going to attack him. Because it's just so much experience. Of course, with the in RPGs, you don't want to be under-leveled. So grab these treasure chests. I do really like how that wind is just going to push me right up into the spikes up there. Oh, it stopped. Oh, go up before it pushes you into spikes. Whoop. There we go. That was looking pretty gnarly. Ooh, ah. Oh, get him from behind, get him from behind. Archer guy, whoop, whoop, whoop. Archer guy. I used to it from patching translation files. I used to own it. I used to fart around with it. I feel like I'm missing something in that sentence there. I do. All right, Tam redeemed a random factor joke. I'm gonna give you both. I'm totally gonna get you. Americans used to spend $20 billion on arcades each year. You know those things. Arcades, you used to go there, used to play them. People used to pack those things in. You talk about COVID super events. Arcades back in the 80s were COVID super events. They really were. People would just, pack into those things. We'd just cram in there to play the games. I used to go to my 7-Eleven, and there was like 3 arcade games in the corner, and I'd go in, and I love to play Tron and Miss Pac-Man. And sometimes my parents would make me run to the convenience store to grab a loaf of bread or a thing of milk that they forgot, and I could use the change to play those games. Sometimes I wasn't supposed to use the change. I just hope they didn't notice I shorted them a quarter. So, there's that. Then you got one of these, right? As I play with my... I got one of these. You get the PlayStation controller or Nintendo controller. I got a Nintendo, and that's where I think once I got Nintendo, I stopped looking for arcade machines. Yeah, because it was fun to have those video games at home. But there's your random fact. I even had a little personal joke. Okay, I'll give you a joke too, just for kicks and giggles. So, I'm from the South, and in the South, we do like to bust on each other. We like to say things like, your mama's so fat that when she lies around the house, she lies around the house, right? So we used to love in Living Color to make all these, jokes all the time and stuff. I was reading The Lies of Locke Lamura, which I will fully go over on one of my future shows. I'm not done with it just yet, but I thought there was an insult in there that was so funny. And it goes something like this, but the guy said, "You're so dumb, you're so stupid, that if we put all of your brains into a thimble, it would just look like 2 ships lost at sea." Yeah. Good times. So there you go. Hopefully that joke does good for you. So you get a fact and you get a joke. You get them both. Let's see here. Oh. And let me just answer this one message. Sorry about this guy. That was work. Just a quick answer for him real quick. And then Lofter answering me back. And we're going to talk about his answer later on, I think. Or maybe next show. If he's on, I'll tell him right now. But I don't want to type to him while I'm talking to you guys. So, we're going to go back to the game. Uh-oh, lost my chat channel. Need my chat channel. Put me back my chat channel. Kind of dependent on my phone to keep an eye on the chat channel here. Ah! Oh, there I am. I'm in that little box down at the bottom. There we go. All right. We are back. Earning my own channel points. Back to the action. Boop. Remember, boys and girls, pay attention. pay so much attention to what counterattacks you in this game. Because, holy cow, when this archer hits you, it hurts hard. Can the wizard beat him? Can the wizard beat him? I think so. Field burn. Oh, water resistant. That always works out nice. Can I starlight him before he attacks? I probably can. Uh-oh. Well, he's probably going to get the next attack off, so we'll defend. Good old dodge. RNG saving the day there. Oh, he's out of magic points. Well, then you are useless to me, sir. Let's have you just rain arrows on everybody and have you just attack everybody. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Interrupted again. Wow, that rock guy really doesn't take a lot of physical damage. Ouch. Shoot arrows, antidote, rain arrows, shoot arrows. Can't do much. I feel like if the mouse attacks, he'll just get counterattacks. So we will have him defend, and then we'll have her do a starlight spell. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I'm used to doing it from patching translation files. Yeah, and I mean we did a little bit of patching back in the day. My wife did some translation work on some fan translation work with a team on some rounds back in the day, so I had to help her with some patching and stuff. Had to help her. Absolutely. If you're just joining us, welcome. My name is Phil, aka JCServant, and I am working my way through Child of Light. I like to think I'm more than halfway through now. This is part 4 of who knows how many parts, because we're just playing it through. We are... Hey, Peter, how's it going? How's it going? That's right. JCServant Plays is a production of RPGamer.com, your source for news, reviews, and home to the best gaming community on the net. Well, and also your source for podcasts. Just a lot of podcasts. I haven't listened to today's podcast yet, where Chris and Anna talk about all the current going-ons in the world of RPGs. Oh, another bad guy. Oh, he just flipped around this way, so we're going to come this way. Surprise strike. Yeah, that better be me surprising them, because I thought I was pretty quick there. Time to slow you guys all down. Slowing them down. And shooting them up. Actually, I wonder if my Wizard K got a little bit of his energy back. He did. That guy at the top looks like he could use a little watering. Slow down. Ooh, someone's gonna get hurt. Oh, he got interrupted. The archer's back there gathering strength, preparing to be a cheater. Can I speed somebody up real quick, like our wizard back here? Haste! Haste spell! Hey, Peter! It goes. Yeah, right? It goes. It very much goes. Right now it's going to go to defend because these guys are about to attack. And defending definitely helps to cut back on that stuff. Oh, he was just buffing himself. Okay, let us water our fiery people to death. Let's get Robert the Mouse in here. Robert is a mouse indeed. Indeed. By the way, if you've never been here before, we do have points you accumulate as you watch. You can see those at the bottom. And you can spend those to be part of the show, as well as just chatting makes you part of the show. Because I will read and answer your comments while I'm playing. I multitask while I play. I had a friend say, I don't know how you do it. How do you multitask so much while you play? It's insane. Well, in my job, multitasking is just part of the gig. You gotta know how to do 3 things at once. I work at a hotel, just working the front desk. I had one manager who said, working the front desk, you have to be an octopus. Holy cow, this guy's still alive. He is still alive. I don't know if I can interrupt his turn or not. We're going to try. We're going to try to interrupt him with a quick knock. There we go. I should have swapped him out. Oh, physical counterattack. I really, 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 really don't like that mechanic of the physical counterattack. I mean, maybe it's trying to make it feel more strategic because you get punished heavily for hitting some of these enemies with a physical attack. But it is wrong. Let me get my Jester back in here, have him do a quick attack. And we'll try to slow this guy down. Oh, poor guy in the back. At least we got rid of one of theirs. We'll swap out our wizard here in a minute. Swap him out with Nora, maybe? We can use Nora. And we can speed up our Jester guy. Like I said, even the random mob encounters in this game, they'll definitely take you down a notch or 3. And I don't think she really has anything that's going to do magical damage. So we'll get Aurora back in here, and hopefully she doesn't die. Have her do a light attack, a starlight attack. Let's see, we have some blue juice on this guy left. We'll slow our enemy down with it and try to heal her up. Yeah, because I don't know. Grandia is all about the Grandia battle system is all about interrupting foes. And you have so many enemies who, if you physically attack them, they kick your butt. You interrupt them, it doesn't matter. They get a free attack. It's a counter attack. They didn't have to use their turn to prepare it. They just got it. I'm not a fan of that. Let's see here. He can't. Let's have him just heal her again. He can't really do anything else. He'll just be inviting a counterattack. Shabam! Oh my gosh, he's still alive. Alright, I'm going to attack him and watch me get counterattacked. Oh, he dodged. And he counterattacked. Oh, jeez. And then he gets another attack. So you can see there where one of my 2 characters went from basically full life to zip zero zilch. That's what I'm talking about. I think that's stupid. Bye-bye. It's okay, he leveled up. He gets a free heal at level up. Alright, skill points available. So, yeah, I don't think there's a way to respect the skill points. So that's a pity. Hopefully I don't make any super bad decisions here. Starlight hits all of them for 20. Starlight's becoming more and more useful as I go along. We also have Light Ray, a powerful light attack with a 10% chance of killing a target. Meh. Dodge upgrade, defense upgrades. Passive, 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 passive. Counterattack's kind of nice. But I think I'll just stick with this tree for now. And over on the Jester side, I thought we were working towards something up here. I want to say Tumbling attacks all dark creatures. Yeah, buddy. We need a couple more levels to get that all the way up. We have a lightning strike all right there. I think we're kind of working toward. I was working towards the Rage of Capelli because that gives you a 20% buff to your damage, and that just sounds special. And then I think I'd like to get to Monsoon next, but we can get Lightning All. That'll be helpful. Yay, Capelli. That's nice. Over on her, none of her spell upgrades are really that notable. A powerful slash with 20% chance of paralyzing all dark creatures for 4 seconds. Oh, and it doesn't cost any magic power. That might not be the worst thing in the world. We get it from coming down from up here, it looks like. So we will need to continue to work on this tree. Strength, lull, magic defense upgrade. And then we have our mousy friend, who we haven't been using a whole bunch. He does have the very nice attack that hits everybody. Shoots a magical arrow that reduces the speed of all dark creatures by 50% for 2 turns. Well, that could be useful if we can't slow them down by other spells. We don't get poisoned too often, so that's not really a thing. I mean, our other thing, double hit. Shoot an arrow at a targeted dark creature. If the target dies, a follow-up attack is then executed. That's a big if. You have no way of knowing. Monster could be slouching over, you think he's about to die, and he's really sitting on 300 more hit points. I don't think I'm a big fan of that. No. Well, and then you actually can get that right here anyways, really close. That's the first level of it anyways. I think I'm going to head over towards that paralyzation everybody thing, since he's got so many points to burn. Alright, so we've used up everyone's skill points. And we continue to work our way through here. While we're doing that, let's see here. Like I said, I was talking about the RPG Cast, one of my favorite podcasts out there. I listened to the crew from RP Gamer talk about, they actually go through all the news articles in the RPG news for the day. They talk about what they're playing and get us some really juicy details. And it's just fun listening to other guys talking about, well, and ladies, um, talking about what kind of, RPGs they're into. So it's really kind of fun and neat. So here, see, she has lull, which already slows everyone down a whole bunch. Unless they get to go first, that would suck. He's gonna be able to do tumble all now. Did he get that yet? Oh, he's got like a few more levels before he can tumble all. That's a shame. That's a shame. Let's swap him out with our wizard. Oh, wizard. 1 hit point. No bueno. Okay, not swapping out with the wizard. We will just... I guess we're just going to attack people. We're going to kill them the old-fashioned way. Water. Oh, they're water things, and he uses water attacks, so that's not going to help. Oh, we're going to get hit. We're going to get hit! They've been doing that show for some time. They're like 500 episodes. What's really fun, and I like to do this sometimes with the RPG cast, is I'll go back and listen to like episodes from 10 years ago. It's almost like a time capsule. What was everybody hyped up for? What was the new game, everyone was playing? What retro gaming was people doing back then? I just think it's kind of fun to do. Let's switch out the Rory. I think she has a lightning attack. That's right. She can slash them all anyways. Yeah, feel that. She can haste. Oh, she could haste if she had more magic. We can have Robert the Mouse help out. Because he can rain arrows. Let's try to slow down the guy in the front. That's the weirdest rain arrow effect I think I've ever seen in a game. Usually you see them shoot up into the air, and then a whole bunch of arrows just kind of fly down. But that's not what you get here. I'm going to have her defend, because she's going to get attacked. Have her reduce some of that damage there. Have her swap out with the Jester. Have the Jester... The Jester could interrupt, but I'm just going to have him defend. Just going to have him defend there. Let me just put my other screen on chat over here so I don't miss anything. We'll continue to pound away here at these wonderful little water bugs. We have... Oh, this guy here is going to get to go. Crap, he might interrupt her if I do a long attack. Grrr. Grrr. And if I slash him, he'll counterattack. Grrr. Ugh, I hate that. I really do. Let me get the one in the front here and slow him down. Oh, I don't know why I had the Jester attack. He has that water weapon. Oopsie. Let's try Starlight All and see if that... Well, she has the water or the electric weapon. I'll have her slash all. Slash all. And he can at least interrupt this guy down here if he doesn't... Probably wouldn't kill him. Yeah, 20 hit points. See, you interrupt him and they kind of get on that timeline again real quick. Ooh, the pain. The pain. That's okay. We're not doing too bad here. Go ahead and heal up her and then have her do another slash all. Does quite a bit of damage. And she hasn't gotten counterattacked for it. Uh-oh. Oof. At least it didn't interrupt her attack. Ah! Ooh, there we go. Turn him into little kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. Remember those commercials? I remember those commercials. I do. Anybody else excited for the new Monster Hunter Rise that's coming out? Anybody here excited about that? See, if you attack, you get countered attack. I should have just waited till I spell cast. Yeah, her frog is. He's frog. He's playing the demo this morning. Oh, Peter was playing the demo this morning. All right, we got some people that are excited about that. That's cool. Not really. No Switch. Maybe it goes to PC. The intermediate monster was kicking your tail. Really? Bubble Dragon? We were beating him on Monster Hunter Generations with no problem. How much harder can it be in Rise? He's a bubble dragon. He blows like little soapy bubbles. He's so cute. He's so cute. Right? No? Shoot. Well, just to let you all know, if you're watching, we do have, as you can see up in the corner, way up there, we do have Friday night Monster Hunter nights now. I don't stream those. We just get together with friends. We filled up the group because we can only do 4 people in Monster Hunter. And we had all 4 people. Umbrace was with us, Christian, my brother, and believe oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on his Chris. I forget what his nickname is in the game or in RP Gamer. It's one of our listeners. But we had a really good time last night. We had a really good time. So that was a lot of fun. But that's on Friday night's Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on your Nintendo Switch. And we're going to be doing that at least till Rise comes out. And then we'll see. We might switch over to Rise. We might not. We're not really super sure yet. Let me just take a look at his health points here. Let's get him healed. Get that back up. Yeah, and in fact, there's no reason why y'all can't form a game on Friday nights as well, and we can set up another, vocal channel. I mean, we have a Monster Hunter channel on our RP Gamer Discord. So if people want to get on there and say, hey, Phil, I know you're doing Monster Hunter Friday Nights Generations, but I want to do Monster Hunter World, we'll start the conversation. And you might start a second group, or maybe we'll all bail that night and come do Monster Hunter World. You never know. I don't even know. Ugh, why did I have her do that? Yeah. Yeah, so we had a really good session yesterday. We played like 4 hours, and we got my brother up from HR2 to HR5, which is high rank in the multiplayer hub in that game. So that was really cool. So that was a lot of fun. Now, I will say, let's see, we'll bring the hammer back for another run on the Switch. Right? Bring the hammer. Really, but maybe because I wasn't dishing out enough damage with the Charge Blade 2, I need to get in the game. Played the demo and really liked how much they learned from World. Not enough friends to play with. I reach in-game, but not in-game and World. I haven't fought much tempered monsters. Time Zone might mess it up, but always ready for some more Monster Hunter. Right? Well, check it out. So people say to me, what was my impression? They asked me, what was my impression of Monster Hunter Rise at the demo anyways. And as far as I could tell, I think this graphic here that I have totally made up myself, it's a mathematical formula. I know everyone likes mathematical formulas. And I think what you get Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate multiplied by Monster Hunter Iceborne equals Monster Hunter Rise. To me, it's like Monster Hunter 5. It's like if you went from 3 to 4, you know what kind of jump 3 to 4 was. And then Monster Hunter 5 feels like another step in that direction, except they've also clearly have taken a few of the quality of life things and elements, some of the monsters, some of the elements from Monster Hunter World. So it's pretty cool seeing like the Jaggies in there, the Jagresses, which is a Monster Hunter World creature. But that's what Monster Hunter Rise, feels like to me. So yeah, and I'll tell you, I'll just flip over here to the webcam. Today's show is sponsored by Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I will tell you, for those of us who play 3, 4 Generations and Monster Hunter World, there's a number of us. Wheels is one of them, my good friend Wheels, who will tell you Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is still the best. Love it. It was just so well done. And obviously, World does a number of elements better, but what you sacrifice, though, what it doesn't do as well, those areas, that's what makes it not as good as 4. So I think Rise feels like it addresses some of these issues head on. One thing, the weapons already look more interesting. That was one problem with World. Well, World was fun. Don't get me wrong. World was awesome. Well worth, a 4.5. And I think I wrote the review. I probably wrote the review for our site. And I probably was thinking, originally a 5. But the problem is, you write the review when you beat the game. But with Monster Hunter games, you usually play them after you beat the game. And it was my playing after I beat the game that if I somehow gave it a 5 out of 5, I think after the post game would have brought it back down to a 4.5 for me because, what was that? Thought I said something on my head. But brought it down to a 4.5 for me because the end game, when you start playing more and more of the game after you kind of beat the story there, you start to realize just it doesn't have the monster variety. The weapons don't look as cool as the older Monster Hunters. There's all the hammers look like a freaking big huge pile of ore sitting on a big stick. They need to fix this. Ouch, 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 ouch. Man, the things you do to get past this waterfall. I'm gonna die from flying into spikes. Ooh. But you did all for the little thing there. So yeah, and we loved having Generations, but Generations was It was just basically this collaboration of all the previous Monster Hunter games that they wanted to do, where you brought monsters and stuff from all four games, the older games with some extra wacky mechanics, the fighting styles, and Generations is fun, and we're playing it and we're having a good time tonight. But you play that for the multiplayer. The single player in 4 was just so much better done than Generations. And Generations doesn't have any story. It wasn't meant to. It's just meant to be the kind of like you can think of it as like a standalone expansion almost to 4 that celebrates, that just celebrates all the previous stuff. The story in 4 was nothing super deep, but it was a little bit more. I felt like it was a little more cohesive. It was definitely more humorous than Monster Hunter World as well. I think World took itself a little too seriously at times, just a little though. I feel like I'm nitpicking, but there was definitely it just didn't have the return and the staying power that the older games tend to have. But I think this one definitely seems like it's addressing. So we get with Rise, and one thing you notice, of course, if you play World, the graphics aren't nearly as good. If you played 4 or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, the graphics, of course, look better. Um, the ouch, ouch. The the item icons to me look like they're ripped from Monster Hunter 3. Okay, I'm very confused as to where I'm supposed to be going next here. Sometimes I wish this game was just a little more straightforward. There's an arrow pointing up here. Someone go up and up and up and up. I'll continue to go up and up. We've been here before. But we'll continue to go up and up. And oh, we got another bad guy. Oh, we got 2 bad guys here. Let's see. Are you also a bird owner? Well, her frog. If you spend points to see my pets, you might find out. Viewegger, if only Switch wasn't so expensive still. LOL, one day I'll play those games. You've been playing, I think you've been playing Monster Hunter 4 on the 3DS before, and that right there, I mean, that kind of feels that whole, with Generations Ultimate kind. I mean, especially if I'm playing solo, I'd rather play 4. Um, and if you have a Switch, I think you might as well just get. We'll see when Rise comes out, but I'm gonna guess that Rise really is gonna be filling that hole. Generations Ultimate was just kind of like a holdover. And it was a 3DS game that was ported over to the Switch, and it was kind of like something to tide everybody over until they could get Rise done. That's what I feel like it is. Ah, she still has no magic points. Yeah, she can't even slow people down. This is probably where you need the mouse and his slow down skill. Mouse, 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 mouse. Robert the mouse. Antidote. Hinder. Very long time. Okay. Well, if you want to hinder this guy down here, I'll slow down this guy up here. Oh, he's going fast. And we'll attack this guy up here. Yeah, that'll show him. That'll show him. Oh, he's paralyzed. That's cheating. Oh, that's funny. He's paralyzed. I'm going to swap him out with somebody who isn't paralyzed. Yeah, let's hit this guy with the monsoon. It's raining rain. Hallelujah. It's raining rain. We'll have you tumble to this guy down here and interrupt him. And now we're going to defend because these guys are about to attack. Yes, siree. Let's take a look. Let's see. Yes, there is... Oh my gosh, I thought we had an option. Send a message, random joke. Oh, we are missing some channel options here. Well, no wonder you can't click the show me a pet button. There is no show me a pet button. How rude. Well, we're just gonna fix that right now. Haha. Give me 1 second. I will tidy that guy right up. Let's see. Ask me almost anything is turned on. And show me a pet is turned on. And the secret surprise is turned back on. And again, the secret surprise, guys, only do that if you really are dying to burn some points, because I can't even tell you what the secret surprise is. I don't even know what the secret surprise is. I don't even know what it's going to be. I make it up when you spend the points. That's one thing I don't plan on ahead of time. So there you go. There's now an option to show you the pets. Go figure. It was turned off. All right. What are we going to do now? We are going to heal people. And we're going to have him water the fire guy. Feel the power of a rainstorm. Oh, that's very helpful. Burning harvest. Ouch. Definitely not very nice for them to do. Yeah. Let's see you shrug that off, pumpkin. Alright, Peter has redeemed Show Me a Pet. After this fight, I will show you a pet. Alright, let's level up. Yeah, I feel like you definitely want to level up. Okay, let's pause for a second. And let me flip over to my OBS camera. And I'll be just right back. This will literally take 10 seconds, I think. Maybe 20. All right. So, the secret background music is, we call him Sir Poopala. He's probably going to take a crapoli on my hand right here. But that is Bailey the Lovebird. Oh, he needs to have his beak. I'm going to trim his beak. That is Bailey the Lovebird. And we actually call him a hate bird because I swear if he was bigger, like a lot bigger, he would just bite my hand right off. And whatever else he could. And give a sec. I'm just looking for his clippers real quick because yeah, pulling them out now, I've just realized that beak. He's got a weird thing going on where his beak gets really long, and I've taken him to a vet before. Had paid money to essentially all they did was take this snip and just snip the beak. I thought there'd be like some secret diet or I don't know, but that's all they did, and I don't want him to like get to a point where he can't crack his seeds. I'm not sure how that affects, but it's supposedly not super great. We never had that problem with birds. We've had birds for many years. This is the first one I've had that just grows his beak nonstop. I got a lot of people who are afraid of this little thing right here because they're worried it's going to bite them or something. Uh, he used to be an aggressive, like a hard biter, but even then he couldn't really break the skin unless your skin was like really thin or something. He's just not, he's made for breaking seeds and not people's skin. But now he just more nibbles. He doesn't really. He barks. He bite. Yeah, but scary. He does a big bite or a big bark, a big squeak. Now to trim his beak, and this is super fun. I'm gonna try to put the camera down here a little bit, but it only goes so low on the monitor here. But um, I got to kind of cover his eyes because then he moves around a lot less. You just got to get in there with the trimmers and get it to a good spot and try to make sure his tongue doesn't get in there because he likes to get his tongue in there. And I just realized my glasses makes it hard to see that close. Okay. So we got a little piece of beak right there, and we're going to trim that beak off. We're going to try to make sure not... No, stop it. Stay still. Ah, that actually went right into my eye. Oh, great. Ah, got bird beak in my eye. Ah. Yeah, right here, live on Twitch. Bird beak trauma. That just went right into my eye. And not learning by listen. I'm going to do it again. Okay, that time it hit my lip. So now we've got that beak a lot shorter. So he should be able to better pick up his seeds and stuff. So, yeah, have to trim that sometimes. Sometimes I've trimmed it a little too far, and you get a little bit of, you hit a little bit of a blood vessel. Yeah, it's kind of like cutting trap, and if you're too close with the cat nails, it can hurt them if you hit the quick. So you try not to do that. But speaking of, I need to trim the cat's nails. So if we do another Show Me the Pet, you might be seeing the cat's claws get cut next. But there you go. That's Bailey. You spent 2,500 points to watch me nearly blind myself permanently with bird beak. And oh, great, he just took a crap on my thing here. So there you go. Oh my goodness gracious! What are you going to do? I know. I am going to find my my thing here. My streaming thingy. Oh, let me do this for a second. Ah, my eye. I swear that beak is still in my eye. I can't get it out. Oh my gosh. Ah, double click to unlock an upgrade. Really? Is that a thing? Can I upgrade? Can I upgrade? I thought I had some people maxed out somewhere on a tree. Yeah, there's no lock there. Okay. Yeah, right. Wash it out. No, I'm sure it'll get out eventually. It'll totally get out eventually. But oh my gosh, yeah, no, that was like right in the eye. All right, so let me show you guys this this video while I put the bird away, and I'll be right back. I've been playing Rogue and games like it since the 80s. From Rogue to Zogban to Azure Dreams, I went on countless adventures in the land of RNG. Then about a decade ago, gaming creators showed us that the formula found in Rogue could be applied to other types of games with mass appeal. Nowadays, we have countless roguelikes to choose from, but only the best roguelike RPGs make the cut on my list. On this show, I give each game a chance to show me what it's got. Success means that it secures a place on the Wheel of Rogue, while failure means the game is banished, never to be seen again. The stakes could never be higher. Join me as I give today's game 1 hour to impress. There we go. Little shameless commercial there. That's a new show that I'm doing. 1 hour to impress. I'm focusing on roguelike RPGs because with regular RPGs, 1 hour it doesn't usually get you through the prologue, much less into the story. We saw that with Zenki Zero, 2 hours. I still wasn't in a dungeon. Persona 4 Golden, 2 hours. You're still not in a dungeon. But yeah, we did a full 1 hour or 1 hour to impress with Neoverse. If you haven't seen that, you can see that in the Twitch archives, and I believe I've got it over on our YouTube channel now, so you can go and check that out and see whether or not it secured a place on the Wheel of Rogue, because that's what's happening to these things. They're getting a chance to go on the Wheel of Rogue. So, all right, make sure I got all the bird crap. Woo, I know. All because Peter spent the points. I almost died. I almost died. It's totally fatal. I'm gonna be the deathy. I know, right? Death by Peter. Totally a thing. I wonder if I can get some before I fight that guy. I'm just hoping. Whoa, that wind is horrible and evil. But I was just hoping I could find some of those flowers. Wow. Ouch. Really? That's a painful thing. Oh my goodness gracious. Ah. And then I let an arrow hit me, so technically that counts as an enemy ambush. Love frickin' Lee. Ay, 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 ay. Action, defend. What'd you say? If you lost your eye, you could cosplay your stream avatar. Uh, I'll need another channel point reward to request glasses on before the next pet redeem. Yeah, the glasses don't like. Okay, so I'm nearsighted, and seeing things at a distance is hard. As I've gotten older, it seems like that's gone away somewhat, but it makes it where what's weird is nowadays is if I have the glasses on, then it's harder for me to see stuff up close anymore because the eyes don't flex as well. So you'll see me take off the glasses a lot. If I read my cell phone, if I'm trying to turn a big, I'll take the glasses off. Um, but I only notice that they're off half the time when I go to drive or I leave the house or if I'm watching TV and the couch is 6 feet away. But on the computer screen, I'm literally, well, like 1 foot away, so it doesn't really bother me. You'll see them take them on and off, and I could go either way. It's perfectly fine. And he has no magic points, really. Really? Hmm. I hate game. I'm not a big fan of games where you have to defend a lot, and I just feel like you have to defend too much in this game. I just want to kill things. I don't want to sit here and defend all the time. Can you get this guy before he attacks? Is that a thing? I'll teach him. And then he teaches you back. Again, there's that dang nabbit physical counterattack bullcrappery. Just ridiculous. See, so if I shoot an arrow, they might physically counterattack, right? If I... And he doesn't have any real offensive magic. So really, my only real choice here is to defend. And reduce the damage I'm going to take no matter what, because they're going to me no matter what. This is silly. See, like, she'll attack and probably get counterattacked here. Yep. It's like 100%. Like, you have to use magic with these guys, but I'm out of magic points. So sucks to be me. You know? Freaking pain in the butt. Let's see what you guys say. Z and Zune take an arrow to the eye and aid it, but I doubt we'll ever be that cool. If you play Dynasty Warriors, Doomerang, I am a huge fan of Muso games, and of course that includes the, Dynasty Warriors deals. I just absolutely adore them. Abso-freaking-lutely. I play Dynasty Warriors 7 on the computer. I play Dynasty Warriors 8 on my PlayStation. But I play everything from Dragon Quest Heroes to Hyrule Warriors to Fire Emblem Heroes to Attack on Titan 2 to One Piece Pirates 3 and 4. Like, if there's a Muso game out there for the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4 or the computer, there's an 80% chance I have it. There's a couple I didn't pick up, but I got, like, Arlen, for the PlayStation, is that 4? I think that's 4. My PlayStation 4 is a freaking Muso machine. Yeah, I'm here in spirit, you guys rock. I want that wheel. What wheel do you want, Scar? I'm not sure what wheel he wants. See, I have to defend here. There's nothing she can do before that guy attacks. So they can interrupt me, and oh, if I spec into it, one of my characters will have like a 10% chance to counterattack or a 20% chance to counterattack. But they literally have a 100% chance to counterattack. That is, I don't know. I don't know why that would be considered good game design. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Ugh. Really? Anybody know what wheel? What are you talking about, Scar? What wheel do you want? Let me swap out with Finn. At least he has a little magic points. Lightning strike. Oh, that would be nice, but it's not going to hit their vulnerability. Monsoon. Vulnerable to water. Lovely. That's good to know, but can we slow... We've slowed them all down. Don't know how much point there is. I guess we could. You know what? We're gonna speed. We're gonna speed him up. Totally gonna do it. And we're gonna go ahead and use a magic potion to get back some of our magic. While we slow down, we need to slow down somebody. Slow down the stupid arrow guy in the back. Hate his guts. Hate him. Alright. So he is sped up. She hasn't got that Petrify All thing yet? I thought she had Petrify All. I'm just gonna have her defend. Try to slow down this fire guy while getting to the other fire guy. While defending down here. Nope, gonna get interrupted. Now see, he does the arrow all up, and it goes up in the air, and it like I would expect the other guys to do. Yeah, we're not doing too well. I don't really have any backseat benchers I can pull out here. God, she's probably still not going to get... Oh, yeah, he's going to get that off. He's going to get that off. Boom. Finally. Good freaking grief. Have you tried tickling the glowing flowers? That's for... You're supposed to use that when you need to recharge the blue boy here. So... And I'm using him mostly to slow enemies down because using him to heal, you get... first of all, it takes forever. Second of all, it's just not a good use of his energy. Those flowers, you only get one or two a fight, so... It's not like you just constantly keep them healed. Let's see here. We're going to... Unstoppable. Oh, that's something I never use. And we're going to have you do another water spell. Now his spells supposedly can't be broken. Yep. For the small price of 8 magic points. You too can become invulnerable to shenanigans. Just have her defend. Have her defend. And have him do his monsoon against this guy again. Come on, get your monsoon off. Boom. 306. Now, why weren't you doing that earlier? Why did you not do that one earlier? Fire in the hole! Alright. Just gonna have her non-stop defend. That's right. It's a slow but steady strategy. Because if you physically attack them, they'll counterattack. Stay dead. Hit. Alright, another level ups. You're a winner. You're a winner. Everyone's a winner. There was something darn good in that chat. Aww. I feel like that wasn't darn good. Ooh, 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 what do we got here? Oh, here's some of these flowers. We need those. The circus passed nearby. What did they leave up here in the sky? Oh, that looks cute. We're gonna open up the treasure chest. I wonder if I should look here first. Soon I will have to bid my friends goodbye. You're really going to leave? What about high and low, the lady in the sky? I'm going to craft any oculi in the while. And if we just craft a bunch of these, and then craft a bunch of these, and then do some more. I forget which game does this too. There's another game that has like this many of these things going on. Where you do, oh, Diablo. That's what this reminds me of, Diablo. Where you like put the little gems into bigger gems and they're in sets of 3. Look at that. I got a brilliant sapphire now. And if we do this, we get 16%. So we did all that for 4 more percent on him. Yay! Yay! 15% chance of evading while casting. Actually, that's probably best on the wizard. Yeah, here we go. He's always casting. Okay. Fire damage. 10% max hit points. All right. Ooh, ooh, don't run to the spikes. Just kind of curious. So there's a circus stuff down there, and then what's down here? Ah! All right. Those look like bad guys. Oops. Let's grab the flowers over here because that just helps to regenerate people. Let's go back to the circus. I'm not sure which one of these I should do first. There seems to be 2 distinct directions we can go. But let's do the circus first. Got a little treasure chest right here. Rough rubies. Oh, is this an enemy or is this an NPC? NPC. Melancholy jester, why do you cry? For the last night, the eternal dread, the empty rooms that house the dead, the empty people that house the living, the end of the circus unforgiving. For the old man who can barely walk, for the young child who can hardly talk, for you and I, that is why I cry. See that refuse over there? The circus left me in despair. Why, you may ask, honey? Because, quoth them, I wasn't funny. My sister I had intended to invite. Instead, I intend to end it all this night. Stop, Tristis, I am here. Rubella, do my eyes deceive this bliss? Tristis, come, forget the circus. But our dreams bank on this. Me, a comedian extraordinaire. You, Luminaria's premier vocalist. The little lady here, Aurora, escorted me on a grand adventure. Truthfully, as jesters, neither of us is any good. But as warriors, we could have a cracker-jacker joint. Venture? We might take on the dark? With our acrobats' flexibility and healing prowess? Doubtless. Then Aurora, count us in. Tristis has joined the party. Oh, well, yippee-ki-yay, we've got another party member, which probably means more skills. But I don't think he's playable. Because I don't see... Ooh, hello, treasure chest. Working elixir. Okay, is he in the party now? Maybe I just had to... Oh, there he is. I think he's in now because I got a ton of skill points to spend. Alright, let's see what we got here. I wonder if it's like the other Jester. It definitely it's got a different configuration if nothing else. Extend spell, add 2 turns to each spell's duration passive turn. Tumble all is a tumbling attack against all. Ultimate armor. The target ally suffers 20% less damage from physical and magical attacks for 5 turns. 15% less damage. Haste increases the haste of everybody. So, defense. Oh, we definitely need this defense upgrade. There's no doubt any character you want to head for that defense upgrade first and foremost. In fact, let me write this down real quick. I like to take a little notes. This is for the RPG XP show. Defense upgrade. It's literally called defense upgrade. It's a must. A must. Ah! Dang, nabbit, between the bird and myself. I'm just gonna dumped my hot drink. I'm just gonna be a little bit of a mess today. Make sure the show never is unexciting. Well, one of those reasons to avoid sugar in my drinks. Haha. All right. So, that excitement aside, let me take a look here. His next thing we probably would have him do is if he doesn't seem to see anything about healing. Am I missing out on healing? Hit point upgrade, ultimate armor. I mean, that can help a little bit, 20%. Everything in this game hits hard, you know, like just so hard. And so in mine, I think like on the average, my characters can take maybe 2 top 3 hits. I guess 20% might give them 1 more extra hit if they're lucky. But I don't see anything. I thought he's supposed to be able to heal like the other Jester. But I'm not seeing anything on the tree that mentions a healing upgrade. He does have a Dark All attack he can make his way up to. All the way up here. That could be useful to make his way up to. I think I'll work towards that then. Alright. Good enough. Good enough. I will tell you, while I'm looking for stuff to do, I think we need to go over here now and kill some monsters. Seems to be one way to go. We're just gonna grab this one from behind here. That years ago, my wife had shown me a video about getting rid of sugar and why that's important, and how. Let me see here. What do we have here? We want to swap. We want to go ahead and slow these guys down. How basically sugar is about as bad for you as something like a long-term addiction to alcohol or cigarettes, in terms of the destruction it does to the body, and how actually food experts, the government, etc., know about this, but they don't make a stink of it like they do with cigarettes because there's not as much political pressure. Plus, they're getting paid off. Whatever, But the whole point is, I was like, okay, let's give this a shot, and it was really tough the first month. It was very tough, but afterwards, I don't really miss it, and I lost a bit of weight, and it really hasn't gone back on. And more importantly, I have a bunch more energy, and my days are much more focused. I don't think you realize just how, like, dealing with depression, I feel much more positive in my life. I had another friend who did this, who was telling me that she was on depression medication, like she was heavy duty, she had to be, and how it made such a huge difference in her life when she went to something with no sugar, and she also went for like no or low carbs or something like that. Quicken up this guy here, but for me, it's the refined sugar. Your body's just not made to handle it. That's why you get a kick whenever you eat sugar, and then you get a low. I'd fall asleep at work. It was so terrible. And again, I didn't know it was sugar that was doing it. I just figured it was something wrong with my body. As you get older, things slow down. You just kind of assume that that's part of the process. Let's see if he has healing. He has ultimate armor, haste, defend. He doesn't have any healing. Let's see here. I'll read y'all's comments here in a second. I'm gonna try to get some fight going so you guys aren't sitting here bored, and I'm trying to keep this one. I need to get a caster in here again, Finn, and have him do his monsoon attack against this guy here while slowing down this guy over here. Okay. But rainbow trips, I know, right? I do have a cola addiction myself. I really need to drop it, but you're right. The first month is hard. Oh, it's so freaking hard. And I'd get headaches. I could eat a full meal, because we would eat these homemade meals, and we still, that's the only way to get out of this, is to cook your own food. Because if you're even buying food from outside, it's got sugar all added to it. Even if it doesn't look like a sugary food, like soup. They add sugar to soup, for crying out loud. It's insane. Just all this stuff. But who am I going to attack? This guy here? Should I attack this guy here? Yeah. But you couldn't kill him. That's all I asked you to do, is to kill one guy. But yeah, no, it was super tough. The headaches and everything. There's definitely, you don't even realize you're addicted because you're just eating normal food. And mind you, here's the funny thing. I wasn't drinking colas. I didn't drink Cokes at the time. I wasn't drinking Cokes at the time. It was just the food I ate. And I didn't even eat cakes, and I didn't eat candy, and I didn't eat chocolate. It's just the normal food that's in your fridge. Ketchup. I loved ketchup. You know how much sugar's in ketchup? Seriously, it's insane. I was probably getting a cola can's worth of sugar with the amount of ketchup I put on my burgers. Don't do that anymore. Let's see here. We're going to cast a water spell or a lightning all spell. Lightning strike all. Will that even work? Probably not. Oh. Nope, not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Can you get that guy? Can you get that guy? Oh. Can you make it? Can you beat him? 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 It's gonna be. Oh, he's not gonna beat him. Oh, he's just buffing anyways. So yeah, no, it was really tough. I had to give up the ketchup. We had to throw it all out. And that's what made it kind of easier, was it wasn't in the house. it was just got rid of all of it in the house. So, anyways, moved on, and years later, I've not really gone back to it. Every once in a while, we'll have a little bit of ice cream or something. Don't get me wrong. But we make all of our own food, so we don't get any ketchup. We don't get any ragu. We don't get any frozen dinners. We don't get, any of that stuff because all that stuff is just filled. It's just filled with sugar. It really, really is. Let me have him, fire him. But yeah, no, it's terrible. Let's see what else you guys say. Listen to all these rules. I cut sugar to minimum, and while I won't completely remove sugar, I lost about 20 pounds during the shutdown because I wasn't eating that crap at work and drinking the sodas. When you don't pay for it, you don't pay attention. It's also why I drink. I will give up all my vices, but it has the lowest sugar content of all alcohols, whiskey. Yeah, yeah. No, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. You guys will occasionally see me partake of an adult beverage here, whatever have you. But and that's what people say. Well, isn't alcohol? It's kind of got sugar too, or whatever have you. It doesn't have like the refined sugar, but it has ethanol, which is a form of sugar. Not to mention, it kind of does the same thing in your liver that sugar does, right? It's going to damage us somewhat, whatever have you. But here's the thing: when you drink alcohol, you know you're drinking alcohol. You know that's a can of beer, and that can of beer has alcohol. And you know if you've had one beer, two beers, what it feels like. It has an impact on you. And you know how many beers you've had in a day, in a week, and you know, okay, I've already had 2 beers this week. I probably shouldn't have any more. Okay, the problem with sugar, it's snuck into everything. There's no secret sugar counter because I mean, eating even healthy foods. When I went back and did the math, and I learned a lot, and I learned how to read those labels. I went back and do the math. I was having an average of 7 to 10 teaspoons of sugar a day. And mind you, I'm on the low side. Most Americans, when they do the math, because they have colas and stuff, have 20 to 30 teaspoons. Just imagine taking a sugar. Yeah, yeah. It's something else. Faint light, are you a spirit? Hey, watch it. I'm warm and bright. What a sad sight in the darkest night. Oh, and little light makes me weep. Good grief. Um, let me open up this treasure chest. I'll read more of your comments. There's a lot of comments now. Um, I gave up soda, says Peter, for 4 years and lost a lot of face fat. Yeah, no. Um, Twitch is listening to you tell talk. They try to get me to make you stretch out. That's funny. Gravy has a ton of sugar too. I totally need a cookie right now. Yes, gravy has like if it's store made, you gotta learn to read the label. You gotta learn to read. It'll tell you right there how many grams of sugar it's in it, and then you need to multiply it by the number of servings to get kind of an idea of what you're looking at. But I learned to read the labels. I learned to read the labels. If it's 1 gram a serving, for a whole box of like whatever, and there's, 10 servings, that's 10 grams, that's 2.5 teaspoons. That's not the end of the world if you're eating that box over a week and that's the only thing you have. But the problem is, you have a little, most of these things have like 8 grams of sugar a serving, or 6 grams, or 4 grams. And you eat a lot of, like a bowl of cereal. Don't even get me started on a bowl of cereal. And then the milk has lactose, which is a form of sugar too, so it all combines with each other. So next thing you know, the government recommendations, the health recommendations, like 20, 25 grams, but you've had 20, 25 grams before you've even gotten out of breakfast. You might have already exceeded it. A glass of orange juice a small glass is 12 grams. It's just insane. It's just insane. And then you have dinner and you have gravy, and it has some sort of, the savory tasting gravy is usually salt mixed with sugar in the right, proportions to give it a savory flavor to it. So yeah, no, it's something else. Um, it really is. Let's see what else we say. I need a cookie right now. Grains are worse than sugar, says T7787 or whatever have you. Hey, I'm not. Whatever. You don't kick out your grain too. I'm okay. Like some people say, well, carbs and they get converted to sugars. This is true. And if you take a look, there is a problem with certain Asian cultures where they're having diabetes issues because they eat rice nonstop. But again, if you're eating rice, you know you're eating rice. And gosh, I've eaten rice all this week. Maybe I need to cut back a little bit, But the problem with sugar is it's snuck in. If I made you actually eat the sugar separate from your food and take a spoonful with every spoon of cereal and mix you do it, you would never do it. It's like income tax. If you had to pay your income tax all at once, you would never do it. You wouldn't do it because you see how much money you're handing over to the government. It's insane. But since they take it a little bit, they take it out every single paycheck. It's more tolerable, and they know it too. That's why they do it through payroll. People used to have very low toleration for income tax back in the day. It wasn't until they could figure out how to take it out of people's paychecks. People used to get paid in cash. There's no way that the tax going to come and take back in the old days. No, it's funny. But again, if you want to say, Phil, grain is worse, Phil, liquor is, then cut them both out. I'm totally cool with that too. But I'm telling you, it's the sugar, because part of it is because it's so deadly. I'm not saying it's the most deadly thing there is, um, but it's also because it's so insidious and it's in everything, and you don't realize how much sugar you're getting every single day and not giving your body a break. And that's why our nation has got so many health issues. And one of the frustrating things about this whole COVID thing is the best defense against COVID and surviving COVID is to have a healthy immune system. And that starts and ends with a good diet. I've not heard everyone's talking mask, everyone's talking this, talking that. And I've heard people say, well, because you can't just make all the Americans suddenly change up their diet and blah, 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 blah. And it doesn't take effect that quickly. Well, number one, it actually starts kicking in pretty quick once you give up sugar. But number two, I get it, but do what you can, right? I mean, social distancing and all this doesn't stop it. We're just doing what we can. So why not push it? Let's see. Laz. Hello, Laz. Again, sugar. Yep. Sugar. All right. I won't talk much about this. Is the first time I talked about sugar on this Twitch thing, Laz. I won't kill you. Be careful. They can legally hide it. Under 0.5 grams per serving, they can still put a 0. So they put multiple forms of sugar products per serving. Yeah, and they call it different things other than sugar too. You have to watch the videos to defend yourself, or try to defend yourself, as I hit defend. Learn yourself. I will say, at the end of the day, the easiest way to solve this problem, if you really care about your health and the health of your loved ones or your children or whatever have you, is just cook your own food, because then you know what sugar you're putting into it. Cook your own food from scratch. We cook a lot of our own food, or eat a lot of low-end, easy to deal with food. So that's a lot, that's really kind of the easy answer there. But I will tell you, anecdotally, it has been a huge, huge help to my health. Everyone around me gets sick every year, and I used to get sick every single year, and I've gotten sick since we cut sugar 4 or 5 years ago. I've gotten sick once, and it wasn't even that bad. And knock on wood, if I had COVID, I've been one of the asymptomatic people, but I work. I still have to go to work. Why are there tears on your face? To impart the humor of life. Oh, I don't get it. Exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. So anyways, that's my sugar soapbox. I'll get off of it now. I know not everybody wants to hear it, and that's cool. Um, but I just figure if it helps encourage somebody to live healthier or helps them live a happier life because of the depression thing, it's helped me to live a healthier life. It definitely helped me to live a happier life. I'd like for it to be a happiness boost to somebody else, or blessing, or whatever you want to call it, somebody else as well. So I'm happy to share that wisdom when I can. But ultimately, if you do you, I'm still gonna love you. We all just do the best we can, and we all have our vices. And I'll never pretend like I don't have my vices. You never know what's in my mug today. Eh, eh. Yeah. If you know how to join our Discord before, head over to rpgamer.com/Discord and join our community. We have lots of chit chats. You heard me talk about Monster Hunter earlier. We have a channel where we talk about Monster Hunter, and we set up Monster Hunter engagements every Friday night for my group of people, but you can set up your own engagements as well. And talk Monster Hunter. Talk at the new Monster Hunter. Did you play the demo? Do you play the old Monster Hunters? Do you play Monster Hunter World? We love all of it. We absolutely do. And I've streamed a little Monster Hunter on here before, because I do have Monster Hunter World on the PC. I just don't get very far in it because I'm way, way further my PlayStation version. But I do have the PC version for the occasional stream. So what, was that a dead end? Was that just to get Crapoli? I thought that was going to be like taking me on to the next chapter or something. Shameless plug, right? Oh, don't worry, Scars. The shameless plug calendar is always part of my broadcast. I got a whole slide set up for it and everything. Go check out the last stream I did. You can watch it on Twitch. I totally took 3 minutes out to talk about all the shows. Oh. Face me, foul beast. We are not afraid of you, not in the least. Oh my gosh, this sounds like Big Boss music. Holy! What the hell is that thing? Whoa! Whoa, whoa, no, we're not ready for... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, it is 6:42 on my Mountain Standard Time clock. Let's just see how long this takes on casual mode. Good freaking grief. Oh, I hate you, Bert. I hate you so freaking much. There's so much hatred. Well, so far, I would say, I mean, just eyeballing the numbers, they were defending. I'm not sure that was a whole lot of less turns or less damage, but whatever. I have to keep defending because they're about to attack, and if I attack, that's what I was saying. The battle system's not as good as Grandia. It's not as good as Star Renegade, because there's a lot of guesswork involved. Try to just... It seemed like, I guess the only thing that really hits him really hard are physical attacks. So let me try to speed her up. Oh, well, that's that's about double damage right there from what we were doing in the other mode. Well, they are doing, it seems like they're doing nearly half the damage, and my first guess is it seems like with that first slash attack, I think I'm doing twice the damage I was doing before. Oh, wait, no, she just did 94 there. So I must have gotten lucky with a critical or something. So that's normal damage. They're just doing less. Which, I mean, less damage means you're healing less often, which leaves you with more turns to be offensive, so that's going to be helpful. I'm not even going to worry about the little minions out here, because what's the point? It's just going to resurrect them anyways. Wow, even his tumble's doing 90, so... I really don't even know how I got him into Hump, you know, where he was looking kind of hurt before, because I really wasn't getting in that many attacks on him. And I certainly wasn't doing, I don't think, that many physical attacks, so I'm not even sure how I got his health down, aside from the fact that it was just so long. Gosh, maybe he just gives up and starts getting bored after a while. Oh, now he slouched over now. Look at that. Let's slow this one down, and we're gonna, yep, slow. We're gonna get that attack in at just the last minute here. Let's tumble this guy down. There you go. How long did that take? 3.5 minutes. 3.5 freaking minutes. I kid you not. Let's bring in Finn. These guys like magic. We'll give them magic. Well, actually, she has the hit them all with light spell that they like so much. So let's do that. We'll switch him out with Finn. Lightning strike. Yeah, buddy. And I'm not saying you couldn't beat that guy on hard, but it just was taking too long. That was just taking way too long. Ba-bam. So this is about wrapped up. We're going to get this done in under 10 minutes and probably under 7 minutes. So this to me is too easy for a boss fight, right? Like there had to be a middle ground in there. Oops, and I accidentally physically attacked. But there needed to be like a middle ground in this. Really? That hard mode is just too messed up. I'm sorry. Expert mode. And the fact that you either got super easy or super hard and nothing in between. And it's almost like that option's missing there, right? Like you expect to see something between casual and expert. There should be a normal. There we go. There you go. This is how people beat it in 8 hours. Played on casual. Aurora, my daughter. Father! Basin, grant me strength. Show me his plight. Your Grace, the dam has torn asunder. The farm's all under the current. The water rises by the minute. Please advise me, your humble servant. Nora, father is dying. The dam has burst. Flood waters are rising. We are nearly home. There, no crying. There, no crying. Thank goodness we are here at last. Aurora, it's about time to say goodbye. Be fast. Farewell, Fierce Rebella. Smack in the middle of our venture. You're leaving us just like that? Tumble on without me. Make it even better. Melancholy Tristis, do not cry. Abandoned once more, not a surprise. We all are. In the end, the trick is to remain happy while we are alive. Do not fear, we'll fight on against the dark and make the future slightly less dark. Take care, Gruffid. You're leaving us. What will it do? I'm afraid. I must go home to my family. It's as simple as that. We all must learn to be brave. Goodbye, enterprising Robert. My venture has gone bust. Margaret, adieu. Stop being ridiculous. I would invest in you. Aurora, search the sky. Because I don't see the highest of high. Ignalius, goodbye. I will miss you. I will miss you too. Will you? Will you really? Will you really miss them all? This seems like a dead end over there. And over here? Nothing there. You're so good-hearted and charitable, Aurora, but some people are different from you, and no matter what you say or do, nothing will ever get through. Do not waste your time explaining. Life is too short to be so accommodating. We no longer have to roam. Aurora, go on through. And then this is the magic mirror home. I shall follow you. Nora, where are we? Follow me. Stepmother, Cordelia, fair sister. Aurora, what a surprise. Where am I? Where is father? Resting his eyes. Hold her. Grr. What are you doing? Family first now and forever? I am sorry, Aurora. We are not together. Sister Nora. Knox is my real name. You I admire, but you are not family. Though through my blood I am royalty, but I am Umbra the Queen. That lowly marriage to your father was a fantasy. This is blasphemy! Rude creature, I will stop the breath in your throat, and for your father such agony. Those arms you clean to bone shall be. This is what comes of a weak family. I am the rightful ruler of Lemuria. You are my enemy's daughter. What has my father done? Who? That old squatter? You do not know? Your mother banished mine from Lemuria long ago. My mother? She hasn't that power. That witch. We laid her low. Ha! The fallen queen of Lemuria was my foe, and therefore you, her daughter, have to go. What? A protection spell? In her false crown it lies. Guard to the tower with her until she dies. In the meantime, her torture I advise. Like little demon guy, he's cool. Look at that beautiful sky. Mama, I wish I could fly. In some parts of the world, people do. Where? I never knew. You will go someday when you are ready. I just want to stay with you and father. Oh, that's a woman. And we with you, but this is more to life plainly. For instance, perhaps one day you shall be queen, who must sojourn with her subjects. I shall send them post from our castle unseen. Silly girl, catch that firefly. I have it in my eye. Mama, Mama, come see me. Aurora, where are you? Aurora. I am tired. Aurora, let me help you. My heart, oh my heart. Mama, stop, you're turning blue. No, this evil will come after you. There is only one thing I can do. Guardians of Lemuria, hear my plea. Protect my daughter from the hand that poisoned me. If mortal harm befall her, bring her to your altar. This cast, this spell I cast upon my death, and seal it within my final breath. Papa, please help me. Mama, hear my plea. Come back to me. Come back. That song, I know its melody. I heard it played by my lady, the Queen of Light. You are her child, who fights the dark. You will stop the fiendish night. How can I? A little girl who's lost her way. I simply want to go home. Coward, is that what your mother would say? If she were alive today? You have to leave your castle to face the world on your own for what it truly is, to find your real home. If I aid you, swear to me you will the darkness fight to save our land and people, our light. I I swear it. Now be strong, get ready for battle. I will free you from your shackle. Oh yes, has joined the party. The highest of high. Okay, cool. All right. Oh hey Chaos, you just totally missed a very painful 80 minutes. 80 minutes. I think I chased off half the Twitch. Half the Twitch army. Believe it or not, this is when the game gets good. Well, now, who was it? Uh, Peter, you said you stopped playing at this boss. Did you go back and try it on casual, or were you at expert and you were stuck at expert, or what happened there? Just past 4 a.m. here, haha. Yeah. Well, thank you for waking up early. Just come watch. I started early because normally you caught us right at starting time. But I started like 3 hours early. But you didn't miss too much because I spent nearly half that time at this stupid Griffin boss, and I spent an hour just going back and forth, healing, reviving, defending, and if you countered him, he would slow all your party down, which essentially means they get 3 free hits and probably knock one of your party members out. And then you're back to reviving and trying to speed your characters back up because now they're debuffed. So you really got to pay attention and not interrupt them, which is one of the whole points of Grandia games, is interrupting people. Um, yeah, it was like the spider boss chaos, but it was even worse. I mean, the spider boss was pretty difficult. So just imagine like you ratchet up to 11 or 12. All it take was making it just slightly harder, slightly stronger, and I think I had the boss hunched over after 45 minutes, but it was just going back and forth, and I was tearing through healing potions, and it just I wasn't getting any offense in. That was part of the frustration. That's what makes it the battle driving out because they hit me. I have to heal. You know, there's the status effects you got to take care of when you accidentally interrupt the boss. You can't interrupt the boss. And then where I first lost it actually after like 20 or 30 minutes or so was when he revived one of his minions, because he revives his minions unlike the spider boss, I think. And that was a pisser because I took whatever offense I could to take out the minions, so hopefully I could focus on the boss, but then the minions come back. Okay, well now I'm going to focus on the boss, but the minions are beating the crud and I have to keep healing. And it was just a go around mess. I was so upset. And I closed the game. I opened it back up. I showed everybody why when you start off a new game, it gives you two choices, casual or expert. There is no normal in between. So it does let you change it anytime. I usually pick something and stick with it. I don't like flip flopping back and forth. I feel like it's cheating. But in a way, it's cheating. It's not really cheating, but it is. But it's either that or I'm giving up on this game. It was like, I'm either going casual or I'm giving up on this game, and I won't see what the rest of it has to do. Because I was just so ticked off at how much of my precious time I put into that, and I was getting nowhere after a while. And I lost another character. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I was just so cranky. So, and then I showed everybody, like people on the internet, like, yeah, Peaches gave me 8 hours, and Peaches gave me 10 hours, and Peaches gave me 12 hours. And I've already spent 12 hours up through that boss. And I'm not, a little like 2/3 of the way through. So I think it's because those people must have played the whole entire thing on casual. But when you see casual, the description is for people who just want to enjoy the story, which the story is enjoyable. But I'm an RP gamer. I play games for both the story and satisfying combat systems. If I just want to play something with a good story, I'll play a visual novel. Or I'll read a book. I love books. Uh, if I just want to play something with pure gameplay, I'll go and play an action game. Of course, most of those have good stories nowadays too. But you get my drift. I'll focus on more actiony, games or tactical games like Civilization. That has some of the best tactics. Something like that. But or I'll play roguelikes. Those don't usually have a lot of story focus really on the gameplay. But when I play RPGs like this, I'm looking for something from both buckets. And the combat was just, that fight was just horrible. Horrible. Peter, you still there? But we played on casual, and I went from spending over an hour with that boss to spending just 6 more minutes. In casual, I beat him no problem because he does like half as much damage, which means you don't have to heal as often, and you can use those extra turns for offense. So I just tore right through them. 6 minutes. It was just something else. Balance seems off a bit. Might also be the fact that only two battle of only two. Yes, it's just I agree with you, Chaos. It is really just the way the battle system is designed. When you design a battle system with just two party members, and you're almost always fighting against three party members, there's going to be some balance issues there. Now, you do have things the enemies may not have, like buffing up your speed, which makes it feel more like three party members. But it's just then you get debuff, that speed comes off. I didn't even get a chance to try to do this defense up spells, but by the time everything's on a timer anyways, like so many rounds later, your buffs wear out anyway. So when you only got two party members and you spend one round on one of the party members buffing this party member over here with both speed, and then a second round for defense. Oh, by a third round, you definitely are going to use them to heal. I'm probably going to need to use this person to heal once. There's just not a lot of turns for offensive action. And normally, the way you might get a little bit of an edge in a Grandia game is to do interruptions, right? To make the enemy lose half a turn. But in this game, first of all, it seems like these bosses have a reaction whenever you interrupt them that they get to get an attack anyways and slow down your party members, which means every one of them is going to get free attacks. it was just, it was just maddening. Maddening to me. Maddening. So they got to see more passionate me, and I probably scared a few people off. But um, I've been playing now for 3 hours straight, so I'm going to take a bit of a break to go and eat. Hello, thank you, Peter. Peter, I don't know if you got to hear my question. I got a question for you. Hi, thank you, Chaos Sabugo, for welcoming me back. Uh, Peter, I wanted to ask you. You said you had quit at that boss. Did you? I'm assuming you played that on expert, and why that was such. If you saw me here, I went back and played him on casual, and I beat him in like 5 minutes. Right? Did you ever try going back and do it on casual? Because you can flip it in the middle of the game. I'm just curious what your thought process was and stuff. While he's doing that, all right, don't tell any of the bosses. This is just between you and I. But tonight's episode is brought to you by Wasatch Devastator, high ABV beer. This is what we drink here in Utah. Okay, this is the real stuff. This is great. We're just gonna open because this game is driving me to drink. I kid you not. Ah, that sound. So good. Ah. Yes, it is water. It is very much a fancy can of water. Yes, this is what did you guys think this was? Yeah, what this is water. It's absolutely water. Positively. Positively water. All right. Get at least the top of my head there. All right. Yeah. Oh. So you just did you know you could turn it back to casual anytime, Peter? And while you're doing that, I am looking to find my mouse. Where'd my mouse go? Here, mouse. Where is my mouse? Don't you ever had that problem with the computer? Sometimes you're like, oh, where's my mouse? While Peter is thinking through, let me just remind everybody, it's I gotta do my civic duty here for my good friends at RP Gamer. But we are now a week or two, 9 days into our new season one Twitch schedule. This is actually we're talking about changing this up a little bit, but right now we have Lofter every Monday at noon. And then you have me on at 9 p.m. Eastern time at night on Mondays. Tuesday, you get to chill with Her Frog as he plays some of the classic games that are out there. Then on Wednesday you have Lofter again, and then you have Q&A quest that evening, late, like almost midnight Eastern Standard Time late, which would put you into Thursday technically, but we're saying it's Wednesday. It's 11:59 Wednesday, so it still counts. Thursday you have me at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time doing some more Let's Play. Friday you have Scar playing his retro RPGs. And then, of course, on Saturday, you have RPG Cast at noon. You have me back here at night. Sundays, you have Stardew Valley Co-op with Scar. You can join in on with them if you want. Go chat that up in our Discord channel. Hit them up. And then Herfrog comes back on Sunday afternoon with more retro RPGs. So that is the schedule. Check it all out all over at rpgamer.com. Let's see here. Let's see here. I've had experience where changing difficulty to make me miss out on achievements, so I would never do it. I didn't switch to difficulty. However, there comes times where you just see that something is not fun to overcome regardless of your skill level. Yeah, no, exactly. And I will tell you, I also don't like to change difficulty levels. Some of it's achievements, some of it is just. It feels like it's cheating. Like either the game is balanced or it's not. And if I go back to easy now, then do I keep playing easy? Usually there's less rewards. It depends on the game, right? They might give you less rewards with less XP, which makes your future gameplay more difficult again. Um, there's usually complications. I usually just like to play it at a single difficulty and stick with that. But yeah, it was definitely kind of messed up there. How that thing was just ridiculous. But then when I put it on casual, there's no normal. There's only casual and extra. When I go back and put it on casual, you get through it in like you get through it in like 3.5 minutes. It's just insane, um, and stuff. So what are you gonna do? Turn back on your controller. So yeah. So we're gonna continue to play on casual. Oh look, we have an enemy there. Let's check out our new party member because we got a new party member here. We got this mass dude here. Kiss of Death grants a 10% chance of killing any dark creature instantly. That sounds kind of brutal. We have Taunt, attract all dark creature attacks for 3 turns. We have up here we have Cleave, a monster slash that has a 20% chance of pushing a dark creature back on the timeline by 40%. Meh. This one does it by another 20%. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, Let me hold on. Someone's saying they're having problems watching the stream. Are you guys? Any of you guys having problems watching the stream? One of my friends is just having some issues. Um, mm, and see, I'm just wondering if anybody else is having like any. Was there any buffering issues or any big lag or something like that? I haven't had any. I haven't seen any issues on my phone. It seems to be keeping up with me just fine, but I don't know if anybody else is having any issues. Anyways, I'm gonna explain why. We're gonna keep it on casual in just a minute, but let's see. First, I want to make sure. Oh, we definitely need to get better defend though. That's always a first on any character I do. But I don't know if I need to really rush towards Kiss of Death. What do we have over here on this one? Quake. A destructive charge at target creature requires 2 turns on the timeline to execute. I wonder. I mean, does that mean it could be interrupted? I mean, you can get the little Quake and try that out first to see if that's kind of worth it. I mean, this kind of looks kind of cool too, but I think I'll try a little Quake. We'll see how well that goes. All good here in 160p. Oh, I'm sorry that you gotta watch at such low resolution. Um, uh, let's see. So, let's see. He's still having some issues. To do. All right. Let's take a look here. Little bit of technology issues, I think. All right, so we're definitely gonna be trying him. So I'm gonna play the rest of this on casual, and my reasons for this are deep and complicated because I'm a deep and complicated person. And number one is you might have heard me mention this before in the regular fights, but I feel like see sometimes game developers mix up complexity and difficulty with how should I say this? Turning monsters into basically hit point sponges. That doesn't actually add any depth or complexity to the game. It just makes them drag out longer, right? A more difficult combat means you have to use more difficult strategies and things like that normally to overcome your foes. And how they get there to make you do that could involve just it certainly could involve increasing the monster's attack or hit points if done carefully, but it should hopefully also involve actually making the AI smarter um, and stuff, so that the player has to be smarter in how they react. Um, a classic example was I remember chess back on the computer back in the days. Chess had difficulty levels 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was how good the AI was. You couldn't just give the computer more game pieces and break the rules of chess. So the difficulty levels really represented true increases in the AI's ability to think through on the other side. That's what true difficulty should be. But it seems like in here, it's really just make the monsters hit twice as hard, so you have to heal twice as much, which make the combats last longer because you have to take turns to heal. Now that does encourage you also as well to use a little bit more strategy in the fact that you're using the fast spell, which on normal here I probably or on casual mode I'll probably will never haste my characters again. I won't need to. Um, but uh, but for the most part, I feel like those battles in normal mode just they weren't challenging my mentality anymore. It made me use my haste spell on the mob battles, on the regular mob battles, but that was about it. But yeah, I mean we really saw that on the boss. That was just pretty messed up there. Ah! I'm gonna get my butt kicked, aren't I, if I'm not careful. Give me that. Give me that little one. Thank you. And he's over there. So no, that's number two. And since it's just making the battles longer, that's probably adding to my playtime. And I really don't want to add any more to my playtime. It's already gone past what it's supposed to be. And I do want to get to the next game on my list before, because I have everything on a calendar, so I don't want to get like way behind on this. So that's why we're going to keep it on casual and experience the rest of the story. The story is pretty cool. I am enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the prose, more or less, except when the rhyming gets off key a little bit, gets a little irritating. But um, clearly they'll have imagination. I am disappointed in the combat system. I didn't expect it to be super deep. It was not marketed as such, but yeah, that should have been better. That definitely should have been better balanced. But you can see I'm getting through those battles significant. Of course, there's only 2 enemies instead of 3, but significantly faster. Let's use a heal. Can I use a healing potion on her? That thing? Oh, that's magic points. I need the 50% hit point ones. Okay. Oh, yay, puzzles, my fave. What a monstrous machine! I cannot operate the gears. Like you, I am a prisoner of the night, bound to serve my remaining years. We require light, if only Iniculus was here. Iniculus, my dear friend the Firefly. Search the cell near. More prisoners from the Moon Temple high. I'll just see what's in here. I miss the forest breeze. No, not escape the queen. What have I done? Aurora, up here. Iniculus, thank goodness you came back. I apologize for cruelly leaving you. Let's get back on track. Aurora, you're a ghost? Most definitely not. Hurrah! I tried to be brave, but your sister, she threw us in the dark to rot. Stand tall with us, Finn. Sister, she is not. Aurora, you changed your plan. A faulty investment was made, but enough. Robert, I'm delighted to see you again. My stock just shot up. Little lady, what a disappearing act! Hats off to you! Ready to take the show on the road? Vehemently prepared to battle too. What a happy turn of events. Do my ears deceive me? My happiness will not last, believe me. If we could only engrave it for all posterity. Yeah, why do you have to mess with the gems? On casual, there won't be a point. Now, how do we our exit gain? First unfurl the spool of chain. Ignis, flee us from this plight. Ready to shine my light. Well, yes, you could shine your light, or we could go up here first. Get what was in there. I don't even know why I'm bothering. We don't need a lot of gems. We're playing on casual. Puzzle. I know, right? Oh. Lovely. Hmm. Hmm. I do love my puzzles. They're so much fun. We look at it spin. Please, the correct gear has to be set within. Matt. I think there's a lot of different configurations you get with only 2 of these guys. Hmm. That is most odd. I mean, that one has to be in, otherwise this one can't get to this one over here. Yes, Chaos, you know how much a fan of puzzles I am. I am so much a fan of puzzles. Oh, I just love puzzles. Oh, is that supposed to do something? Oh, I don't even know what that lever I pulled on the left did. Princess, down we go. Not a moment to lose. Great Pacium is on her way, the prisoners to abuse. What are the risks? Will we get caught? Run, we have to get out of here. Trot! Mm-mm. Like, on casual, I'm not even worried whether I'm in the timeline, if they're in the timeline, if they get an attack. It's not a big deal. You know? The lever swapped the gear rotation direction. Oh. Learn something new every day. Oops. Might as well try to slow. Oh, guess that didn't work. The one time I try to use a little bit of strategy. I want to see what this Quake does. Let's just, Oh, we have to do a gather strength thing. Interesting. Well, let's keep them healed up. Oh, okay, that's what it does. Does a lot. Give it that. Come on, you can die now. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think all they did in did the difficulty balancing was just have the enemies hit twice as hard. What brings a popular trader here? Find more than the open market strife. Love affair Bulma's named Margaret, who I plan to impress and hope will be my wife. Such tragedy looms on the horizon, nearly in sight. Are you still dare to love exquisite? You realize that we're all doomed, right? Ooh, so many of them. Must be time to use a big area spell. Gear puzzles are one of my least favorite, and I often find myself playing puzzle games of sorts. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I like what's interesting though is you guys know, I love card games. In a way, card games can be puzzle games, but I love card games. I love honestly the Spire. I love Solitaire. I love all kinds of different things. Um, but yeah, sliding box puzzles are the worst. Oh my gosh, you haven't done a slide. I remember on my Game Boy, I had a sliding box puzzle on my original black and white Game Boy. So bad. So bad. Armor of the Titans. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that hurt. Casual my butt. Holy crap, holy. That stung. Let's see. No box puzzles on ISAR. Oh, and some of those ice box puzzles are in the Dragon Quest games, in the early ones, anyways. Those were those weren't always my favorite either. I remember having a few actual toys like that. Oh, that doesn't sound like a toy. That sounds like a torture. Okay, so this casual mode has, at least in this fight, gotten to the point where I really do have to give this a little of attention and I guess strategy, I suppose. I should do something about the fact that my characters are unhasted or slowed down, I should say. Oh, but I don't have her sister in a group anymore who is kind of the expert at speeding people up. I think I thought he had. Maybe it's the other jester. They all look the same to me. Yeah, haste. Makes such a big, big difference. Ah, she doesn't get to the dog first. That's okay, we killed him. Well, he is not going down with physical attacks. So we're going to have to take him down with some magic. Yeah, I'll teach him. Wow, 11,000 experience. Sweet mercy. Those aren't enemies. Those are balls of XP. Isn't it swell, Tristis? We're in the same trope. In battle, I suppose our act will be sharpened. Ha! You always make me laugh. My only fan. Thanks to you, I'm not disheartened. Oh, let me just go over to here and let's take a look. So, my friend Peter's here. Kind of makes me think. It kind of reminds me of we were talking about the other day, not with Peter, but I was talking with somebody else. Peter comes up to my mind. I think about. Anyways, we're talking RP Gamer. We're talking about Game of the Year, and we'll all be picking. Hold on one second. Capicium holds the moon near the bridge top. You'll join us, not? Princess, my name is Oignes, the Katakita, my clan. Soldiers, we are the best. We strike with Jupiter's lightning when we are put to the test. Once the darkness fell, sword and spear we raised to the sky. The night she arrived in a chariot, flaming serpents at her side. By errand she flung magic, and none of us could fly. My clan to the top of the tower drew, the highest of the high. Metal gleamed faint in the twilight. We were destined to die. The night took the tower, condemned our sentence she was to carry out, until my sword I raised, and pledged to aid her. She sent the other Katagida to jail with a shout. Princess, I must flee from them, there is no doubt. Enter the prison with me or fly. You must decide. Oh, an RPG choice? Well, I'm sorry, why wouldn't I go? We shall help the Katagida out, your majesty. Beware the other guards, dark creatures devout. Yeah, I just got you my party. I'm keeping my party. Anyways, I would say outside of RPGs, we'll talk about RPG of the Year awards as we do those at RP Gamer. My favorite game of the year was Factorio. which you see right there, Factorio. Um, this was a bad year and everybody was stressed and stuff, but I could get so lost building factories in that game. It was so, and it still is, a ton of fun coming up with these designs of these different factories, and it teaches you in some of the best ways because it starts you off so simple. It starts you off with, hey, here's some ore. Rise, my warriors! Where could they be? No, all trapped in Aaron's labyrinth cell. Oh, woe, the brave Katagina, fallen to the night spell. We must free them. The gate lies at the camp center. The labyrinth is magical. Be careful when you enter. Oh, well, magical labyrinth, why not? So, so you start off by seeing some coal on the ground. The prison seems ancient. Who made it? Some say Aaron the explorer who hailed from distant shores. Lemura founded by the Tor. Burr, who cares? Anyways, so you see some coal on the ground, and um, and you can go and click on it to pick it up, right? But as you could build your first furnace and stuff, you realize it takes a bit of coal to get going. Um, so that's when you eventually figure out that, hey, maybe the best thing to do is to make something that can pull the coal up for you and stick it in a box. And that's pretty cool because it does the work for you. So that's what you build. Um, and that's pretty neat. Swap out with this guy. And then, and now you got lots of coal coming in. So you can start building machines that can pull up ore. And again, you could do this stuff. You can go pull up the ore by yourself, but then you start thinking, well, what if I had something that did it for me? You know, then it starts to, dawn on you that this game is about being lazy. It's about like all the stuff you can make and build on your own. Anything in the game you could almost do on your character or with your character, but you realize, you got a ton of this stuff to eventually make, and it's just much faster and easier if you can make a machine and to do it for you, and eventually a system of machines that are feeding into a conveyor belt. So, yeah, it was just so much fun coming up with these different ways to be lazy and to automate, stuff that I would have to do by hand. I can't tell you how insane once you get into it. I did have to look at a couple of YouTube videos to figure out how to best build a couple of things because, some of the things aren't explained maybe as well as they should be. But outside of that, mostly the game teaches you itself, and it's really well done. Then on top of that, you also have to make eventually defenses against these monsters because the problem is there's native inhabitants and they're a bunch of bugs and they don't like pollution. So the bigger your base gets, the more you can possibly aggravate them. And it's not a big, huge surprise. As long as you're paying attention and you're scouting the map and you're using radar, you can see where the monster bases are at and how far your pollution is reaching and whether or not it's going to have an impact. So you can plan ahead. And you can go and beat them up yourselves, or you can create an automated defense system, which is really, really awesome. It's really, really cool. Hero Harmony Peter says it's exactly what programming is too. It's about being creatively lazy. Yeah, no, and I did computer programming back in like high school, Pascal computer programming and stuff. Really enjoyed it, and I think that's what it was. It was exercising that part of my brain that I don't get to do when I'm just playing a video game outside, maybe like a Dragon Quest Builders or something. Bless you, spirit, for your sacred light. Stop it! You're making me turn bright. So it was really cool. It was really a lot of fun. But wait, there's more surprises. We are not done. So then it has a multiplayer. We're like, in my version, like, well, why don't we play this together? And I'm thinking to myself, well, I pretty much have got in my head the idea that I want, and trying to communicate that with somebody, it just to me didn't seem like an appealing option. and then we gave it a shot, and it turns out to be a gritty ton worth of fun because you can kind of divide and conquer the chores of building. Like, okay, you work on iron production, I'll work on copper production. Oh, where'd you store the copper? It's over here. And it turned out to be a lot of fun. And when you have two people doing all the building, you can build, your factory really big, very quickly. So it was just a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. Write a bunch of if-else statements and throw them in loops. And they do have machines in there that you can program. Like if they had stuff like some, it gets very programmy. That if you want to get into it, it's like I said, it's fairly interesting. Okay, I will say I don't think that these random mob battles or whatever they're called, the trash mob battles on casual are as simple or whatever as I thought they were going to be. You can't just blindly hit the attack. So they say it's casual, just enjoy the story, but you do have to pay attention. This should have been this, at least in the mob. I think that boss was still way too easy for a boss, but these battles are probably closer to maybe normal. So yeah, I definitely think this thing could use some balancing issues or rebalancing, whatever. Tumble. Can you tumble that guy? Does that work? Um, my experience playing Monster Hunter Rise Today demo today quite remind me how poor controller is. Do you ever feel that? Huh? How poor it is? Everyone always says that the Pro controller is like the bomb, bestest thing ever. But you think it's poor? Ugh, that's gonna interrupt me. Wow, they KO'd my character. Well, KO you right back. Jeez, this is casual. You better be paying attention. Ugh, and of course he freaking interrupts him. Let's do something with this dog here. Read your comments. I sometimes feel that the bumpers and triggers aren't that responsive. Huh. I don't know if I've ever felt it myself, but I'll try to keep... I'm a little, as far as the demo goes, I don't know if I like the default configuration as far as which shoulder buttons are used for different tasks. But, I mean, generally, I like the Pro Control. I prefer it over using the tiny little nunchucks, whatever they're called. And then the little ones get drift, which I don't think's been an issue with the Pro Controller. So there's that. We're going to definitely get our tumble all here. That's something we've been working towards. But I do feel like that the vibration in the Pro Controller, maybe it's because of its weight, isn't quite as good as the small regular vibrations. And this is the mouse, and I forget what we were working towards. We were working towards Hinder All. Boom. There you go. And on him, we were working towards Tumble All. Tumble, 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 all. And this big guy, that Earthquake is interesting. And this could get us Quake All. I think we should give it a shot. And then on Aurora, we got an Elevate Damage, which right now does 25%. That would make it 35%. Or we start heading towards better counterattack in Light Ray All. Yeah, we'll go for this. Okay, I think I get everyone's points caught up. Try to get past this. It's just some. I think we saw that one before. Okay, so let's see here. Isn't it the character's animation that's a bit delayed? I mostly just have experience with PlayStation controllers and they're all fine. What character's animation's a bit delayed on the PlayStation or on the Switch controller? Yeah, I mean, and this is an Xbox here, which I didn't start using until a few years ago with the PC games that I got. They always seem to be labeled for Xbox controllers, so I just went ahead and bought one. This feels a little heavy to me. I'm just kind of more used to the lighter PlayStation controllers. So, but everyone's got a thing. Everyone's got their shtick. And we're going to lighting all these guys. Oh, Monster Hunter Rises character information animations. Do you mention character animation? I'm looking at my phone here. Yeah, I think the demo was a little rough in some areas, but you know, I kind of expect that with demos too, so wasn't giving it too much thought. I think what was hard for me though was the graphical downgrade after I don't know what I was expecting. Um, it's just so weird because there's so many things in that game that remind me of Monster Hunter World, and yet you know, because you see the Jagresses and you see these the healing bugs, the vapor wasp and whatever have you, and you're almost zipping around almost like the Clutch Claw, but it looks like an older Monster Hunter game, like almost like Monster Hunter 4. And it's just for me, my brain was like I think my brain was confused. But anyways, back to Factario. Real quick, I just want to mention, like, so when playing with my friend, it was really like it turned out to be a lot of fun. Now, um, uh, so that's where, whoops, let me flip my mouse back over here. That is where I move over to this slide over here, where I also played some Satisfactory, and that's like Factario in 3D. And I didn't. That one didn't quite gel with me because it's larger. It's well made. It's super well made, and it's gorgeous as any all get out. But it does take longer, in my opinion, to get a lot of things done. But once you get them done, they would be in glorious, 3D for you to, peruse and share with your friends and what have you. You can also play that with friends. We play that with friends. Um, but my good friend Mr. Peter, aka Hero Harmony, has been playing it a ton and he loves it. And he says you should definitely get into it. Excellent sword, sir. Why, thank you. You shall promise. Where did you mine the metal? From the silver tears of comments. Comments. But yeah, um, Peter will tell you it's a very excellent game, and he's been streaming his factory. You can see his name there, and I encourage you to go check out his channel and see just how big his factory has gotten, because it's really big and it's impressive. It's impressive. So the next time he's streaming, you can subscribe to him, and Twitch will notify you the next time he goes live, and you can jump on board and you can see his really cool factory, and I encourage you to do so. Now, Satisfactory is in early access, and if you know me, I'm not a fan of pre-ordering games, and I'm not a fan of buying early access games. But Satisfactory is very feature complete. It is very much a full feature game. I don't know what, if anything, they're ever going to add. I really don't care because there was definitely enough there to keep anybody entertained for hours and hours and hours, and it was a very reasonable price. So I wouldn't let that early access thing, bother you too much. But in the interest of full disclosure, it is technically an early access. Now, there's another game I want to play like it called Space Engineers that I haven't gotten around to yet. But I really do like these these builder creative games because they do exercise your brain. That's why I like Dragon Quest Builders as well, which I highly recommend. And in fact, I think they Backtrack people recently did a podcast on Dragon Quest Builders, so you might want to go check that out over at rpgamer.com, and they tell you why that game is just so cool. But I love building things, and um, I love coming up with creative ways to be lazy. So there's all of that and more with Factorio and Satisfactory. So check it all out. RP Gamer and at Hero Harmony's, Twitch. Let's see here. What are your goals in fact? Oh wait, let me start over at the beginning. I feel the same while playing Monster Hunter World with Pro Controller, which is why I stuck to the Xbox controller. So I think if I'm to play Rise, I'm gonna need another solution. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know how many controller solutions there are for the Switch. I mean, you could always take the regular controllers and put them in the thing that the Switch comes with and play it that way, the handlebar thing it comes with. But that doesn't feel very comfortable to me. Let's see. What are your goals in Factorio and Satisfactory? So the technical end goal in Factorio is your character has crash landed on a planet, and you need to build a spaceship to take off said planet. So you're going to start off with just what few remnants of your ship are left, and what you can pull from the ground, and what you can create, because building a spaceship needs a lot of parts. So that's kind of your technical goal, and you got to survive while doing it because these bugs are going to attack you. Yeah, there you are. So that's the thing. Sadly, Space Engineers has even less PvE elements without mods, but if you ever want to get into it, I'm so down. I'm okay with what bothers me about Satisfactory isn't necessarily its lack of PvP. I'm okay, or PvE. I'm okay with just building creative stuff without the monsters involvement and stuff. And a lot of times those elements aren't even done that well, right? If you want it done really well, go play a tower defense game, because I got quite a few tower defense games I'd recommend. But yeah. But my other problem with Satisfactory is just kind of how long it took and stuff. And it sounds like you're getting through that no problem with Satisfactory, and you got a really impressive looking place. But that's why I was asking you how you're liking and stuff, and quick give me a review, because I wanted to talk about it tonight. I wanted to talk about it. Talk about it. Sadly, Space Engineers has even less PvE, but without the mods, if you ever want to get to them, so I think I said that. I have a server world where I've been building a huge space station. Level up. More levels. It's like you level up with every fight in this game. My pops told Katagiga stories, but I never thought I'd see one. We served in the Queen's Guard since the rift was open. You are Arostati, I presume, who live in a balloon. Your clan, our floating fortress designed. You, warrior, are always welcome. Called warrior by Katagida. Did I go out of his head? Or mind? Potent magic potions. Potent magic potions. A room with nothing. But yeah, check out Factorio and Satisfactory, and maybe Space Engineers. There's a couple of other games coming out like that too, and I got a couple. There's a couple of other interesting games. So those are totally things. So, yay. We'll go over here. Oh yeah, I have a friend who is waiting for me to do Portia as well. And Portia as those two words got blanked out on my phone because Twitch. Don't think I'd enjoy that type of game. Aurora. What a curious dwelling. My old station, home of the captain of Lemurian Guard. Here I raised my young brother, taught him how to charge. Wait until you hear our stories, Princess. So many battles he and I fought together. If the Queen hurt him, come, we must rescue them down in the Nether. Mm. Yeah, Chaos. I mean, each their own. You could give it a shot and see if it clicks with you. Um, it definitely takes a little bit of getting into, but I think Factorio does a pretty good job of doing that. Okay, go into door number 1. Go into door number 2. Now we're down here. Kind of feel like it's where we came because we've already opened all those, so let's go back down. It's like one of those Super Mario things. You gotta go down the right hallways in the right order. So let's try door number 2. I love puzzles oh so much, oh so much, yes, oh so much. I love puzzles oh so much. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's try this one first. And the one down at the bottom. This is so exciting. If you're just joining us, welcome. My name is Phil, aka JCServant from RPGamer.com, your source for news, reviews, podcasts, and home to the best gaming community on the net. And check out all of our stuff at RPGamer.com. Come join us on Discord. You can find more information at rpgamer.com/Discord. And come and join us over there. And I don't know. I kind of felt like I did. Oh, wait. I didn't do bottom door combinations. Oh, good grief. Starting to feel like I did everything, and I'm like, oh, wait. I don't know if I did door bottom. Did I do this? Did I do. Because I did up 1, 2. I don't remember. Let's do this one first. Oh. Huh. I think. I think I did this one. And this one. And then I need to do this one. No! Oh, good grief. Sigh. Wait, it was... Ah! This one. This one. I know. Who doesn't like to sit here and watch me try every single door? I mean, this makes for grand old Twitch entertainment. Let me tell you, boys and girls, this is gaming at its finest. All right, somebody Google this up. Probably because I haven't given myself solo time at Factorio, but I felt I needed to correctly space things out in a belt, then carry multiple things on each side and each other to be kind of intimidating. Yeah, you do, in order to make the most out of the belt, that is the difference between Satisfactory and Factorio. The belts in Satisfactory just kind of carry a bunch of crap in one direction, one row of belt. But every belt in Factorio is actually 2 sets of belts, the left side and the right side. And when your arm is grabbing from a furnace on the left side and it places it on the belt, it actually places it on the far side. So by having factories on both sides, placing on each side of the belt, you can maximize. Now you can of course just use each belt one for one thing like you do in Satisfactory, but then you're taking up more land. So that's a thing. So it's up to you how you do that. It is up to you. Well, maybe you're supposed to go down and then up back up here. no. I hate this game. All right. I'm going to Google this up because I don't think we want to sit here for 10 more minutes while I... Yes, please do, Chaos. This is where I'm not a puzzle fan. You do not spoil... Yeah, wait, let me rephrase this. You do not spoil anything for me by telling me the damn solution to this damn puzzle because I hate puzzles. Anytime you guys see a puzzle, you can feel free to spoil the crap out of it for me because I hate effing puzzles in RPGs. I really do. Uh, in each chamber, you look for a statue and observe the symbol in the shield. Look at the background. Oh my gosh. That's the last thing I need to be doing, you know, when you've been drinking a lot of water, of course, Utah water, is paying attention to, you know, symbols and crap. Okay, so that's a thing. No, I would have been sitting there all night, and I wouldn't have figured it out. Star, so that's not a star, and that one's not hard. That one's not hard. I mean, you're right. If you just pay attention to the damn shields, that's actually pretty damn obvious. But I miss the effing obvious. I am horrible. And again, that's my pet peeve with puzzles. If they don't click for the person doing them, and it's required to move on the game, it'll stop them in their tracks and ruin their fun. Like a boss that you can't get past because he's outbalanced, and it just wastes their time and they quit your damn game. Don't put mandatory puzzles into games. Put optional ones. Let's see here. We're going to have him cast something spell. Action. I really do miss her sister, though, that can slow everyone down. Oh, he's out of magic points anyways. Let's have you do Quake on that guy there, and we're going to have you Slash a Bird. In my opinion, the only belt that should carry multiple unique items are the ones in front of the supermarket cashiers. Well, Peter, if you're still around, you know, at the end of the session, I'll be happy to show you my factory and show you how those belts work and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, along those lines, let me see here. Don't have those kinds of belts where I live. Got to use hands to move stuff. Well, I mean, think about your grocery belt. You could, you know, it's wide enough to where you can have, if you had a whole bunch of milks and apples and bananas, you could have a row of milks and a row of bananas, and you know, you could have different rows. Sure. It could totally happen. I barely got that Quake off. Oh, he dodged it? I saved that for 2 turns and he dodges my Quake. It's a spell-like effect and it can be dodged. Wow, that's messed up. Thank you for wasting 2 of your turns. We really appreciate it. Anyways, along those, totally along the lines of different things. You know, I was thinking I might do. I do all my streaming here for on RP Gamer for the most part, right? Now that, you know, and the rule, of course, here is we only play RPGs, and I have no burning desire to, like, you know, do streams of other games or whatever have you. There's plenty of other Twitch people doing all kinds of stuff that's out there, so it's not, you know, not like that stuff isn't covered. But I was thinking, you know, maybe I might do like a stream on my own channel, like on Sundays or something, because I don't usually do a lot of streaming on Sundays, where I do, dang it, he's going to get to go first, where I play a game, but I also talk about things that are kind of outside of RPGs. So I have pretty much a few interests in life, very few, but I'm an accountant, so I usually get a lot of finance questions. So I could talk money. My friends, like, you should really talk to people about investing and stuff because it's what I do for a living. So, you know, that's one thing we could do. I also do a lot of theology study, so I'm happy to talk about theology. That makes some people uncomfortable, but people usually when they talk to me, it's, you know, it's they're like, oh, it wasn't so bad. Um, and then of course there's games outside of that. So I don't know. I don't know if that would actually be interesting because again, theology and money aren't exactly, while I'm playing a game, aren't exactly like the biggest, most exciting things in the world to talk about. Um, but those are my other interests outside of games. And of course, it could also talk about the non-RPGs or even show you like that. Be a good time to show off Factario, for example. And such, or Muso games. I love Muso games. I love myself some Muso games. Oh, I love some Muso games. This thing needs to die, and it just won't die. I love monsters, by the way, that counteract you by slowing you down. That is the most awesome mechanic in the world. Have I told you guys that? Let's try to hit him with something better. Sure, I've been your first follower for a while. Sit around and hear me rant about things like I said, definitely into some things that aren't super popular. Some things that don't win any popularity contest. Things I'm not a fan of. Monsters that can slow you down as an auto attack, and monsters that are pretty immune to physical damage when you've only got like 2 magic casters in your party. Sir, you strike terror far and wide. I'm afraid to fight by your side. Do you remove your mask when you sleep? I never sleep. My eyes open, I will keep. Oh, let's see here. What average percentage do you think is a good return on a dollar? I know, right? Like we could go into those conversations. It's probably not. Those are things though that I can really like, depending on where we go with it. These are things I can go on for 30 minutes, an hour at a time, and on a channel called RP Gamer, not always the most appropriate things to talk about. So, um, yeah, yeah. And some people get stressed out talking about money. Just like some people get stressed out about talking about sugar. That's why I kept that kind of short. I could go on for hours about the things I've learned, about that stuff. But I also have to keep in mind the platform I'm on and the audience that I'm with. So I try to be cognitive of that. Let's see. We got a bunch of bad guys here. Let's see. We got him. We swap out with the mouse. The poor mouse never gets any action. Rain arrows. Hinder all. Wildfire. Monsoon. Lightning strike all. Slow them all down. Oh, dang nabbit. Interrupted my effing spell. Oh, time to check on my cryptocurrency. For the last 3 to 4 years, I've been big on investing, so we have that in common, right? And I go further than just investing. Like, well, first I start off with home finance. That's a big study of mine, something I've studied for 20 years. A lot of things that people just don't understand about home finance, and economics, home economics type of thing, because they don't teach it really well in schools, if at all. And it's not something most parents go over with their kids very well. So, it's sad but true. If I ever talk about work on the internet, I keep it very vague. Yeah, and I don't talk about the company I work for or anything like that ever on the internet. Well, but yeah, I don't want that to ever come back to haunt me. I mean, there's some of the, like when we talk about theology, there's definitely some viewpoints that that a lot of us hold. I hold that that's gonna tick somebody off. Like that's the problem with the world today. You can't. We used to have a world where you could agree to disagree without offending people, but nowadays a lot of people get offended pretty easy. Um, and then and then they can go back and complain to your job and say they want you fired. They dox you, right? Um, and I have been been in some uncomfortable situations before, and not necessarily for theological talk, but even just for ticking somebody off about saying something. Dude, I ticked somebody off one time. This is an example. I ticked somebody off one time because I didn't accept. It was a D&D player, and I didn't accept their invite to go to dinner at their house. I didn't want to. I was very busy. I had other things to do. They took it as a personal insult. Then they made up some charges against me. I don't want to get into too much details here, but suffice to say, I'm very careful about what audience I talk with, with whatever people. Aside from my own personal, safety, security, whatever have you, I'm not looking to tick people off. I get it. When you talk sugar, or diet, or you talk money, you talk religion, there's just some people who don't want to hear about it at all, or some people who don't want to hear, about it unless it's, it concurs with their own opinion. I'm one of those few people that I love hearing different opinions. I'm one of those few people that'll go and listen to YouTube videos from people who hold the opposite viewpoints that I do. I listen to all kinds of financial advice because I just want to hear them out because they might offer me a different perspective. And sometimes I've changed my mind based on what I've heard. So, but not everyone's like that. Some people find that extremely stressful. Uh, I have no experience with investing, but it seems like good stuff to learn. It really is. But it first starts off with home finances and how well you're handling your own money, and then you can start talking about investing. After you clear some hurdles there. Peter says, "Oh yeah, as much as I hate finance, I do agree. There are some very common things, just like filing taxes, lacking in our regular education system." Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I can't even believe they don't even talk about, how to file your tax. Like that seems insane to me. Um, this Quake did so well against this dog last time. I got to do it again. I swear, if he dodges it again, I'm going to have a canary. You're going to see it live right here. Gonna just see me have a canary. He's not gonna get a turn. He's gonna get interrupted. But anyways, I don't know if I'll do it or not. Definitely if you have any thoughts, let me know. And follow me on Twitter. I'm at JCServant. I'm mostly just tweeting the stuff I do here on RP Gamer. If you've ever seen my blogs, I do blogs every once in a while. You get an idea of some of the more theological stuff I get into. And it's personal theological stuff. I don't go to a church or anything along those lines. But on my blog, I'm a little bit more open and honest than I would be just in mixed company. So you get kind of an idea if you look at my blog. Let's see here. I do want to talk more about plants. Well, my wife's the one more into plants. Like, I'm not the big plant person. She is. I just walk around and go, ooh, pretty green thing. So she handles that side of that. I don't play plants, just use fire. I learned that from Pokemon. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's not okay. I'm pretty sure it's not okay to use fire against your plants in your house. It's not just a bark, it's a deadly bark. Well, that quake doesn't do much damage to him. I guess it's considered a physical attack. Okay. More enemies. Consider this: if you invest in a plant, it'll bloom. That's funny. Funny, and yet oh so true. Let's see. Do you think we can get off a big light spell with these guys? Probably asking for too much. Oh, that's a lot of lightning damage there. That poor wizard. His sacrifice will not be in vain. Oh, well, maybe it will be. That didn't do much damage. That didn't do too much damage. Yeah, rest in peace, right? We should have a death counter. I do have the death counter saved. If you remember the death counter from our roguelike night on New Year's Eve. We should like totally have a death counter on these things, right? That would probably be fun. Yeah, that'll teach you, buddy. That'll teach you. Thought we could sneak that in there. If you've not been over to our YouTube channel lately, I've been putting some more videos up on there for y'all to watch, as well as some of our other staff members. Head over to RP Gamer on YouTube and see what the RP Gamer is cooking. I do that horribly. I know. I have no shame. Oh my gosh. I knew that I was supposed to go in the door with the shape on it, but I had just figured this might be like a side door with some treasure in it, not that it would start me over in the fucking maze again. I like board games. Those can feel puzzly, but I play especially like Steam board games, because the computer renditions of some of these board games is a lot cheaper, a lot easier to play, and a lot faster. And I like some of those. I can recommend a couple. I'll probably talk about some in my future Let's Plays, but I won't actually play them because they're not RPGs. Now wait. Now there's a moon symbol. Wait, is this a way to grind? Could I just... Because now these guys are... There's different guys here, but they're kind of back. Let's see what this does here. Okay, that hurts a lot of them. Oh, I've come to realize that I haven't been to YouTube in ages since they got rid of email notifications. Is that just me? LOL. Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of laying off of YouTube, but I'm a big YouTube It's the only real television I've watched for like years. I've kind of laid off of it because a lot of the good people that I like are kind of going away because it has so many issues and stuff. Plus, my tastes have changed. And I don't watch a lot of TV anyways. I'll be honest, I'm playing games too much. But hey, RP Gamer's putting stuff on there now, so now there's reasons to actually watch YouTube. Haha. Speaking of RP Gamer YouTube, I've seen that 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim often. Too bad it's not on PC. Yeah, I mean maybe they'll eventually bring it, but I don't see too many. Yeah, there's some Atlas games on PC, so maybe there's hope. There's hope. Maybe. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, it looks really good though. I hear lots of good things about it. It's too bad it's not on PC because I could stream it then. I don't have streaming for PlayStation setup. So I own it, but I probably will never get to it because I'm very focused on, on doing streaming right now. I got plenty of PC games to play through anyways like this, so it's all good. A lot of fights here. A lot of fights, a lot of fights. Dude. Oh, he got to go first. Dang nabbit, effing freaking dog. Cheater dog. Yeah, I'll teach you, cheater dog. Nobody likes a cheater dog. Nobody likes you, cheater dog. Oh, and he's one of those damn cheater dogs. I forgot that they slow you down. I know, he's a cheater dog. That's the problem with the exclusives. I'm not going to go and buy said console to buy to play a certain game. Dude, you need to buy that console, man. Okay? That's why they paid so many dollars for that exclusive, because they knew they would get you to go out and buy one of their consoles. So just do it. Do it. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Do it. That was intense. It's all this Utah. Oh, the dog's going to go to. Oh, he's just gathering strength.